All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our relationship recap on a Saturday night. I am your host, Christal XO, and thank you guys for joining. We had to pivot from Friday night to Saturday because I had a little bit of a mishap yesterday, but it's all good. I appreciate you guys being flexible, and hopefully we'll get our usual crowd in. I see you guys coming in the building. But of course, the first thing I do every night is get my co-hosts in the building. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio Moe is back in the PJs.
I am pajama Moe this evening.
Pajama Moe. Okay, I think
somebody put that. I thought that was hilarious, and I was like, you know what? Every recap on Fridays, but we didn't do it yesterday. I will be in pajamas, so y'all said a little joke, and now I'm gonna do it every Friday.
Pajama Moe. I like.
Yeah. Oh, I got a bunch of them.
Now are they all the same set? The short sleeved and the shorts. Is it shorts? I'm assuming.
These are shorts, but I do have a couple long. I got a bunch. Trust me.
Are they drawstring?
What do you mean drawstring?
I like a man in pajama pants with a drawstring waist. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are sets.
We're aware. How short are the shorts?
They're not hoochie daddy shorts. If that's what you mean.
That's what I was.
They come down. They hit right above the knee, just above.
Just showing a hint of knee, huh?
Yeah, since I actually have kneecaps, I can show them.
Well, I tell you what, I will be showing my kneecaps at you know what? At our
I couldn't resist.
Dating Diaries, Love Connection XO. I am so excited.
July 13th, y'all.
July 13th. I have my outfit, and I will be showing kneecap.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys, we are excited. We hope that if you're in Atlanta, you will join us. So much coming on July 13th. I know we got some people here that are going to be in the building. I actually, I had a stressful day yesterday.
Right.
So you know what I did this morning? I started back. Zuri and I are in lessons. So I take horseback riding lessons. We are working on dressage, but we are at the beginning. Like we're just getting the basics down.
What does that consist of?
Dressage?
Well, first of all, I don't even know what that is. But the whole training thing.
Well, I hadn't ridden in a while.
Okay.
So I had a trainer that comes out, and we just work on like basic things, making sure that because when you ride a horse, your body language speaks to the horse. The horse picks up on cues from your body.
Okay, I didn't know.
So how you put leg pressure on, or off is so if you want them to move, like if you want them to move to the right, then you're going to put pressure with your left leg. It's just, so just making sure. So the trainer makes sure that I'm doing the right things to communicate with Zuri so that when we get ready to do, to actually do dressage and actually like go to competition, that I'm doing the right thing.
Okay. Check Christal out.
Yeah. So that is my hobby. And so we had a good day. I will be tanned AF by the end of the summer. I probably won't even look at the same person because you're out in the sun. I was out in the sun from 1 o'clock to 3:30 working in Missouri. So yeah.
You getting baked.
Oh yeah, I was baked. But it was good. I love it so much. It's my happy place. It was so good. Yeah. So but before we get into, we know you guys are here. Tonight's conversation, we're super excited to be welcoming Aaron from the Never Ever Mets. I am not going to call him Little Aaron I'm not going to call him that.
Yeah.
I choose not to. We may
Yeah,
have.
I wasn't feeling it. I just thought that was Aaron wanted to whatever did that. I just little Aaron, big
Aaron Mack. We're going to Aaron Mack and Aaron H. So Aaron Mack is joining us tonight. And yeah, so we're excited about that. But before that, we're going to do a quick recap before Aaron gets here. We're going to do a quick recap of Family Empire Houston. Oh, thank you guys so much. I took the braids out. And just, it is hot as heck in Atlanta. And so I have decided just to let my hair I'm not going to press my hair out all summer. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to wash it and let it go. So that's what we're doing. We're not going to press it out because my hair, as Mo told me at one point, I have cotton candy hair. So my hair, when the humidity, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, we'll be doing the Sade look for the rest of the summer.
Who saw the show yesterday?
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you guys saw Family Empire Houston. Yeah. Let me ask you, as a man, I'm always interested to hear your perspective as a guy watching this, because this show started and we are literally, these are all like, it seems like the family has a lot of very strong women. Mm-hmm. So we are seeing the story through the female's perspective. Mm-hmm. So what did you think of? Okay, lots of people have watched the show. Good job. Good job. So what was your perspective? What did you take away from last night, the premiere episode?
I was just paying attention to each character or person. It was a lot of people introduced yesterday.
It was.
So I was trying to keep up with the names. I think I got the main characters' names: Nicole, Monet, Jaquetta, Jamisha, Nikki. Yeah. So, but
and Oscar Lean.
Well, can't forget Oscar Lean, which is a very interesting name.
I feel like her mama was in love with her daddy, and her daddy was named Oscar.
And I think her mother may have been Charlene or Erlene or something to that effect. I don't know.
You know it. When you are in love with your baby daddy, with your husband, you will name your child whatever his name is.
Interesting. So I'm watching it, and I'm watching the dynamic between the guys too, like we were talking about. And a lot of these shows display that. I think the guys on certain shows that have a strong presence usually are the bad guys, and then the guys that don't have it are usually the weak guys. I saw this thing today from someone who I don't necessarily like, but he made a point. If you want to be a strong man, you have to be comfortable with being the villain when you're in the household, because you have to lay down discipline. And if you don't have that power, and these women are making this money, and you don't have that power, you definitely can't. You can't draw the lines of boundaries. I mean, for yourself, but not your house, right? So I see the guys who test the waters are the guys that are, he's not used to that, falling in line type of thing. But I will say this, especially someone like Nicole on the show. She's an interesting woman. I feel like she plays to the camera a little too much. It's a fashion show and a posing thing for her. I'm watching her get out the car, and this is just all photo shoot. Yeah, the fact that I can pick it up, I know you ladies been saw that, and that's a little annoying. And I'm like, oh, she's here for something totally. She could care less about she cares about looking good for the camera. That's all she's doing is posing and doing the one-liners and this, that, and the other. Interesting. But I love the fact that it's, you do see Black women, families sticking together. Is it wealth at this point?
It's legacy. It's definitely legacy. Okay. It's definitely legacy. I think that's what I love the most about it is definitely legacy. So anyone that is just tuning in, we are talking about Family Empire Houston, which actually aired in the slot of Never Ever Mets. And it's interesting. I thought that was a weird move because I think that this show would actually do better on Saturday nights alongside Love and Marriage Huntsville, as opposed to, I think they should keep the dating shows on Friday and the lifestyle shows on Saturday, because it's kind of weird for the audience.
I like
But I think that's what I like the most. Definitely, it's two things. I like the fact that there's legacy, and you see that these people, there are so many of us that didn't have an opportunity to have um, um, finances and land passed down, right? So the fact that they can trace their family history, and the fact that their grandmother and grandfather did so much, we're in a situation that was different than most Black people at that time. They were able to buy land and also build and create this legacy for the family. I love that. I also think that it's great to see another area focused on besides Atlanta. So I love the fact that we're seeing Houston, because Houston is a really big Black mecca as well. And so I like that part. What I'm a little concerned about is these women are family. Like, so, we watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it's like, and Nikki reminds me of Melody. She feels like a Houston version.
Oh yeah.
But when we watch that, these women, Melody, Tisha, and Kimmy, are not related. Kimmy and Tisha are sisters-in-law, but it's not the same. So these women are actually cousins and sisters, and I hope we don't see a lot of cattiness, but I got a sneaky suspicion that we are. I
don't like the I see this in all families. It's like when the father has a child from the different mothers from them, that's considered step. I don't like that. If you my sister, whether we got the same father or same mother, or like you my sister, and the step I thought was you had to be married then. And the way how they treat an old girl and how the energy between the two, is kind of messed up.
I agree, but I think unfortunately it's like if they weren't raised together, it can be difficult to create that sibling bond and have it in the same way.
Right.
And I also feel like a lot of it has to do with the relationship between the parents. So if the dad was dealing with the two women at the same time, often the kids have a resentfulness towards the other child, because that child is proof that my dad at one point, was either stepping out of my mom, or I don't know, whatever the situation is. We don't know exactly what it is. What we do know is that sister was raised by her mother, and she also wasn't privy to a lot of the things that they have. And I feel like she has different energy. She comes across as a lot more humble, not necessarily as used to a luxury lifestyle as the other ones do. Like for a grandmother to say, you know what, I'm going to sell this and pay off all my children's homes. I was like, that is goals. I love that. But I also feel like there's a lot of entitlement to those children and grandchildren. And that can also cause a problem. And I think we're going to get into that. We just wanted to give a quick little recap. We know that we know why you're here. We understand the assignment tonight. We are getting ready to welcome Aaron Mack from the Never Ever Mets. Now, we're going to say this. This is going to be the last Never Ever Mets interview, because we have to move on. But we, definitely wish all the other castmates the best. And we are glad that we're able to kind of put closure to that series with this interview. We have had Greg, Aaron H, and Chris, and Diamond. Diamond was the only woman that we talked to. But I think we got the gist of everything. TU, thank you for asking. Jacarius is still with us. He is right here. He is chilling. Yes.
You hanging on, Jacarius.
He's hanging on, Jacarius. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Check that out. So we got another one. I can't show you today. I'll show you on Monday. We got one more. So I got another one. So Drogon is up there. So Drogon. Yeah, another fish.
Where you getting these names from?
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Oh, Lord. That's why.
All right. Well, I see you took a sip. All right, you guys. Now I want you guys to give a big welcome, a big XO family welcome, because our guest is in the building. Let's go ahead and bring Aaron Mack up. Aaron.
What's up?
What up? What up?
What's good, Mo?
Yeah, what's happening, man?
You see, Mo is drinking and smoking, and Mo has got a whole party going on over there. He got pajamas on.
Hey, Mo trying to get lit. It's a kickback over there. I fuck with that.
And there you have it.
Mo,
what's happening, man?
What are you
What's
drinking?
good?
Who, me?
Yes.
Just white wine. Well, it's not expensive wine, but Stella Rose, Stella Peach.
Okay, well, that is.
Bro said he ain't got nothing for us but studio and vibes.
Yeah, man, you know, it's Saturday, man. This was my Friday outfit, but I just switched it to Saturday.
Aaron, how are you? What have you been up to this weekend so far?
This weekend, I ain't been on shit for real. Honestly, this weekend is probably like a tone down for real because I just got back in town type shit. I was just in Chicago. We was partying on the boat. Did some like salsa and mambo dancing, running around just downtown, like kind of just being in my roots and shit. And then I came back to Atlanta, hit the office real quick, and I really just been trying to chill for real since I got back.
Did you get
I didn't realize you were here in Atlanta. You got to come out to our singles event that we're doing on July 13th.
That's in the calendar right now. What's up?
Oh, man, say less. Say less. Say less.
Did you get the salsa down when you was in Chicago? Did you get it? Was you good at that, man?
You know what? I was fine with it. I was dancing with an auntie. You feel me? And she was trying to see what was up with a young nigga. So you know, I think I'm good.
All right, that's what I'm wondering. Okay.
Not I was dancing with an auntie.
Hey, had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta do
like me some older women sometimes.
Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with it.
Don't I know?
Oh man! So, Aaron, how is your dad? How is your dad since the show? Have you guys talked about the show? What is he up to? Because he had a lot of fans.
Girls on Twitter talking about what's Aaron's dad's at? Because I emoji.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, Pops is cool. It was his birthday just passed. Like, so I was on the boat with him. We was in a group type shit. Actually, I wear glasses when I go out in public if I don't feel like being recognized. But they saw his face and instantly knew who he was. They was like, "Oh, y'all watch your show, talk to him." You like, it's really his show. I was like, "Well, fuck." What's up? But yeah, we talk about this. We was talking about every episode that dropped. He was hitting me up.
I'm sure he was. He seems like a good time.
Oh yeah, for sure. We be turned.
That's what's up. Well, let's start with your. You know, we actually here at the show. We were. You know, it's no secret that we did not appreciate the person that you came in with, Miss Jody. We're gonna get into all that, but I want to know how did you get? Which one of you guys learned about the show? And how did it come to you guys deciding to come on the show? Like, tell us how did that start?
I like that. I haven't been asked that question in that specific format before. All right, so I learned about the show. One of my homeboys, I also be calling him my agent because he be putting me on with different shit to give me some bread. But yeah, one of my homeboys, he actually was originally gonna be on the show, and he told me about it. And he was describing. I'm like, "What you mean? I'm DMing the shorty right now. I want to get on. What you talking about?" So he was like, "I bet." He sent it my way, and then I applied. It just so first I made sure she was cool with it. She was like, "Hell yeah, we can do that shit." So I said, "I bet, cool." Then we applied. We told them my story. They was like, "We'll put y'all niggas in."
How long were you talking to her prior to getting the news about the show?
Prior to getting news about the show?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was like 6 months. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when, but I know we talked about the show well before we actually got on the fucking show. But I feel like it was like 6 months-ish, maybe.
Okay. Now, what app? How did you guys meet? Take us back, because obviously we have a lot of questions, but I feel like the questions are going to start. I feel like the questions are going to, some of our questions may be answered if we can understand how you guys met, like which app and how did this start? Like who, give us the play, who hollered at who, what was the conversation? How did you and Jody connect to where you guys became people that were talking online and had some type of rapport prior to you saying, let's do the show?
I bet. So I don't really know how we ended up on each other's friends list, but she was on my Facebook first, right? And I would see her post shit sometimes. And every now and then she'll post some funny shit. But it was really when she started posting pictures half naked that I was like, oh, who this? And then she started going live. And the shit she was talking about, I was like, yo, she's interesting as hell. And I was like, yo, that's it. She'll say something. I'll be like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So eventually I just slid the deals on some what's up type shit. And she was actually fucking with me. I'm like, oh, for real? She started interacting on all my posts all of a sudden. And that was the first time the concept of us potentially doing a photo shoot together even came up, was because I had posted a photo shoot from a video shoot I did, this song called Monster. Mm-hmm. And the photo shoot itself went viral. The song did okay. But so after that, we was just chopping up. Then I ended up adding her on Instagram. And I ended up adding her on Snapchat. And so we'll be talking on like all of these different apps or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it seemed like we had a lot in common. I'm not saying like we fucking did. I liked her pictures. She liked my pictures. Making jokes back and forth. It was just like it was a decent little vibe.
Was there flirtatious energy in it? And so I mean, obviously it got to that point. But at what point did it become, oh, like this really might be something on your part?
On my part?
Yeah, like did you?
It sounds like you have more to say. You can finish your question.
No. That you felt, and then it was coming back from her, and you'd be like, okay, I might be on to something, or we might be on to something.
I mean, to me, it felt like some might, you know what I'm saying, get popping off when she started interacting back. When there was that sense of reciprocity type shit, like when she started looking, commenting on all my shit, liking all my posts,
okay,
making jokes with me like publicly, or like she might put some flirtatious under one of my pictures. We'd be like, okay, cool. So she's fucking with the kid. Let's see what's popping.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, because I'm interested to know, because we the show shared a lot. There was a lot of people shared like a lot of issues that they had, right? Mm-hmm. Jody was one of those people that shared she had some previous trauma, and also that she was a sexologist. I'm wondering if her conversation, because you said you were like interested in what she had to say, and enjoying that. Can you share with us a little bit about what you liked about, besides the naked pictures? Now I understand most guys are gonna like that. What was it about Jody's conversation when she was like going live, and you tell us a little bit about that so we can kind of understand what you were introduced to that you started to interact with?
I bet. So initially a lot of her lives were just, you know what I'm saying, her telling sex stories, or like different people telling their sex stories, and her like just sharing it but anonymously, or like playing different games. But after that, there was also like, or not after that, along with that came her just sharing her personal views. And there was a lot of like the married for business idea, or I am.
What is that?
Married for business?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people watched that episode and was like, okay, so they don't need love at all to get married. That wasn't what really how we was feeling. It was just more so like marriage itself is a business. And so if I were to get married, it wouldn't be for love. You can get married for love and shit just not work out. Love is not enough to just keep that shit together. Like when you marry, your finances go together, your lives are intertwined. There is a strong business aspect to that. And so it was just like, okay, because my ex before Jody got pissed off when I said some shit like that to her. And I'm like, oh, for real? Shorty know what the fuck? Okay, type shit. So after that, I was like, hell yeah. Or a lot of people may not agree with this or may not fuck with it, but I choose to, what's the word I want to say? I choose to identify myself religiously as agnostic, more so than conform to any specific religion. Mm-hmm. So it was certain views she had on religion, ethics, and mythology that also caught my attention. It's like, hell yeah. Like, you ever hear somebody talking? Matter of fact, when you hear your favorite song and they say a line in there and it's like, nigga, and you play that shit back, that's how I felt.
Okay. That makes sense.
So you mean like run it like a business, not it be a business, but you run it as if it was a business? Is that that's what you're talking about?
I mean, technically both. Marriage itself, like, is a business. You're signing a contract. that merges you to another person itself is a business. If anything, I would say it is more of a business than running it like a business. Because I mean, other things that happen in marriages besides just, your finances going together, you invest time rather than money. You might invest some money, but it's its own type of business, its own type of investment. But itself, it is a business, but you wouldn't run it the way you would run like a Fortune 500 company. It has its own thing. It's metaphorically speaking similar, but not the same thing.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, Aaron, because I mean, of course, I just, so with marriage, what would motivate you? Or I mean, how old are you now?
29.
20. Oh, okay. So I thought you were in your 30s. So that's even okay. So
yeah, I was a baby in the house.
Yeah, definitely the baby in the house. But we don't want them to call you Baby Aaron.
I'm so sick of it, G.
Yeah, that's we're not gonna call you that.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna say it on this podcast now. I'm Daddy Aaron, and the other one is Evil Aaron, and that's how we're gonna keep that shit.
You might have took it one step too far with the Daddy. You see, you was right here in the middle, and now you come on back. All right. So let me ask you this: at 29 years old, what would motivate you? Because obviously you're not ready to get married now. You're young. You're probably younger than a person that would be ready for marriage. But some people do get married around that time.
Some people.
But what would motivate you? I'm trying to figure out if you, because you guys saying the marriage is a business. It sounds very, I understand that it sounds very methodical. But the motivation for marriage, like for when you pick somebody, do you think that you would pick somebody based on who would make a good business decision, or do you want to pick someone that you just want to be around her and you want to, you're in love with? I mean, how much is love a part of your idea of marriage?
Keep it real.
I mean, I think in your either or scenario, I would want somebody who's both. So I want somebody who I do want to spend time with, but also someone who has some financial stability. A lot of my experiences with women in the A, for real, I'd be noticing, whether it be female friends or certain shorties who I'd be dealing with, and it's like, damn, you need to borrow money like every week. Or like, man, like you got this job or you can't hold on to, or you just a lot of shit. I'm like, okay, I don't think I want a wife who can't hold on to or manage money because we're going to have an account together. I don't think I want a wife who's in crazy debt and don't know how to pay that shit off. I don't want a wife who, is behind as fuck on her bills. Like 3 months is crazy. Like, so when I say it's a business, I mean, like I be thinking about all those fucking financial aspects because I love you, but I'd be damned if I'm paying your college tuition debt and my college tuition debt together. Like you got me fucked up, or your credit card debt that's built up from when you was 18 because you never ever looked at that shit. Like all that shit goes together. Like if you die as your beneficiary,
that's a fact.
I'm gonna be the motherfucker responsible for that shit.
That's a fact.
Very true. But like even before, like Mo and I talk about this, like, okay, you definitely want someone that is a good fit, that you're compatible with, right? It sounds like you're good with money, so you want someone that is also good with money. But what makes you even open to getting to know that person? Because you can't possibly want to marry somebody that you don't have any physical attraction, chemistry, like romantic chemistry with, just because it's good on paper.
You right as hell. So as far as, because my thing is, you said, well, I wanted to answer what would make me consider marriage first. If I'm considering these things, I guarantee you we've gotten past the point of attraction. We've gotten past the point of me thinking about what would make me want to date somebody. But I mean, like it's a list of things that I like. I like a girl who takes care of her hair, hygienic, very gorgeous with or without makeup. Could sometimes be perceived as a slut because sometimes people think good girls are sluts, but really they only like that behind closed doors, and niggas be mad because they can't hit them. It's a lot that goes into the type of girl.
Hold up. Run it back. Okay. Explain to me the slut part again.
All right, so a couple of situations, homegirls I had, as well as like certain girls I was actually dealing with.
Okay.
Where it's like everybody's like, damn, she a hoe. It's like, all right, she a hoe. Name 5 niggas right now who she cracked. Who cracked? That us. And it'll be a dude who like was trying to talk to her, but then got curved. And it's like, yeah, exactly. I thought so. But it's like she does have like a mastery of sex appeal and how to turn a guy on. It's not for you though.
Let me ask you. I'm not trying to be petty, but I do have to ask you because you said hair.
Mm-hmm.
Were you pleased with your partner in the house's hair?
Keep it real, Aaron.
Are y'all saying y'all weren't? So here's my thing, right? We didn't have no hairdressers. She had to do her hair every day. Sometimes when we were doing certain activities, we were in comfort clothes. You see me in workout clothes and some of that shit. So all the time, she's not gonna be fucking ready. That's cool. Sweatpants, hair tie, chilling with no makeup on type shit. But she did her fucking hair. Like I would see her like brushing that shit, blow drying it. It was long and beautiful and thick as fuck. So absolutely.
Okay, no, I just
Aaron, she ain't doing good enough. I'm sorry. She ain't doing good enough, Aaron.
She ain't doing good enough?
But I don't know if it was the heat from the lights or whatever. Come on. And
I
I
don't
don't get
know.
this from the ladies.
Me and you ain't here with this one, bro. Because every time I see her, like, granted, she had comfort days.
Aaron.
The camera came on, it didn't happen, Aaron.
Aaron,
I'm sorry.
Aaron, but you said it was long and luxurious. Was it a sew-in?
No. Jody's hair is long as fuck.
But why was the leave out not blending?
I don't know about any leave out not blending, but she didn't bring no weave. I don't know.
So that was just her.
Like,
I'm telling you, Aaron. Can you live in Atlanta? You know when a girl has a weave.
I've seen a lot of weaves, but I don't know. Maybe from what y'all seeing on camera is different from what I experienced in real time. Because I actually seen this girl get ready while we was in that house.
Edges? What was going on with the edges?
I'm not an expert on edges. You asking
okay,
the wrongest nigga.
Okay, I'm not. And again, I'm not. I'm not. This is not a podcast of we trying to be petty. I just, it was just ironic that you mentioned hair, and that was one of the biggest issues that the viewers had. Was
they was mad at all the girls, damn near.
Just right here. See, I didn't go to anybody. I understand not having a hairdresser, but you just gotta smooth it out. You gotta smooth it. You must smooth it.
She ain't have a hat or nothing.
She did have a hat, but two, y'all ain't gonna just y'all can't next thing because I liked her hair.
First of all, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Just for you.
That I said
just for you.
You notice, Aaron, I said, was it up to par for you?
You're right. And
I don't care as long as it was. Somebody may be like, Christal, she don't have her hair all done, but guess what? My husband loves it. So that's all that matters. And if he likes it, I really don't care. So if you came there with her and you loved it, you mentioned hair as one of the first things you like. So if you like that hair, then who are we to say anything? That's none of our concern. So we can move on.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the way you said that, but I get that you're trying to leave on a positive note. I fuck with that.
No, what do you mean? No,
because it's like, because you know how we do. You know how we do in our culture. Motherfuckers be like, you know what, you like it, I love it type shit. That really mean I ain't fucking with it, but I ain't about to argue with you. But I feel that though.
No. Because really, everybody has different tastes. There are some men that don't like weave at all, right?
My dad.
There are other men who don't like natural. I got a friend, and it's so funny. He was like, I don't like girls that wear their hair natural. Looks like they're gonna have a lot to say.
Right. I've never heard that before. Like, yo.
He said, I feel like she can't conform to pressing her hair out. She ain't gonna be able to conform to what I tell her at home. Like,
you know what?
Yo,
behind that.
He not crazy. I don't agree. But it's some logic to what he said. I can break it down to see where he's coming from.
The women with natural hair are very opinionated. You know what? I'm gonna look into that.
I mean, because they real deep rooted in themselves and their individuality, so I can see that.
But that's what
I don't know about 100% agree with bro, but I see how he feel.
Yeah, but I'm seriously. I'm just the only reason I ask is because
the comments
for the show. And you mentioned hair. You like hair was a big thing. So as long as you liked her hair, hey, that's all that matters. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying trust me, y'all. I just told y'all my hair looks like cotton candy whenever humidity hits. So I get it. As Black women, we all, but you just
your shit looking good right now, G, to be honest, especially because Atlanta be humid in the motherfucker. So.
It was today, Aaron. I had it is very humid here. But
no motherfucking cap.
So let me ask you this. We're just gonna slow walk this thing. let's talk about the sexologist part, right?
Yep.
Did you and Jody talk about her being a sexologist? Because I would assume I have a guy friend here that is actually, he just got married, but he told me when he was dating different women, he told me he met this girl that was a sex therapist. And he was super excited. And long story short, a year and a half later, they got married. But she was very much, I actually had her on the show one time. He was very much excited, and he was like, she sees things differently. She's very sex positive and all this kind of stuff. So I'm wondering, what was your experience of talking to Jody and her being a sexologist? Did you guys talk about that? Did that make you think, ooh, this could be a lot, a lot of fun, or she may be open to, different things that other, like, what did you think about that?
For me, excuse me, I just had the grossest tasting silent burp ever. I only spoke to Jody, the sexologist, in the beginning, and I started more so speaking to Jody, the person. So as far as what it's like to date a sexologist, I can really more so give you my observations of dealing with her. But as far as like what it's like dating Jody, who happens to be a sexologist, which is different than a sex therapist, by the way, two different things.
What is it? Tell us what is a sexologist?
A sexologist is more so somebody who teach you how to do extra freaky shit. So she might teach a class on how to suck some dick real mean, but like she's not a person who holds therapy sessions.
Is there a certificate or a school or classes for that?
She did get a certification for it. She also has like 3 college degrees. But yeah, Shorty be on her shit. Matter of fact, I just seen her in Chicago right after she got done with a fellatio class that she was teaching.
So wait, don't just throw that out there. What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh. What? Fellatio class.
Fellatio class, yeah.
So you saw her when you went to Chicago?
Briefly, very briefly. We hung out for a bit. We got some tacos. We chopped it up. Caught up.
You guys are still friends?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
You seem so disappointed by that. I missed her. Like, but
I am, but I mean,
we're gonna get to that.
I'll be honest with you, Aaron. I mean, I did, that show, out of everybody on the show, it was some people I felt like, they went back and forth and it was like maybe no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like with you watching the edit that we got, I think Mo and I both were like, and even not just Mo and I, but we had some of your castmates on, and we said every single one, I don't like how she treated him. I feel like I don't care. And especially, I definitely don't understand as a friend, right? Like as a friend, I'm thinking, even if it's a stranger, like all of us have gone on blind dates, right?
Yeah.
I've gone on a blind date where I get there and guy don't really look like I had thought he looked. The picture was at a different angle. But even if I'm not attracted to somebody, I just don't feel like you ever have to be mean or disrespectful or dismissive. And I know Mo has called me a few times when he went on a date. He wasn't necessarily as attracted to the young lady as he thought in the pictures. The picture might have been a little bit filtered or maybe it's a different angle. And he definitely has shared with me his truth. But he was never rude to the girl. So I don't understand why, even for the edit, because I know people want to say things are edited.
Yeah,
but
I like the way you phrase that.
I know that there's only so much. They can't put words in your mouth. They can't make you roll your eyes. You can't make body language. That's you. So I just don't like how she treated you on the show.
I got a question. Usually, when I've been approached as far as like how she treated me and my response, I'll bring up different moments that occurred between us. But instead of trying to bring up different examples, I may still bring them up if you want to know which ones they were, where we did have moments and it was right there, or they edited most of it out. But I kind of want to know, outside of that one moment where she and I had a back and forth about what we wanted to drink, and maybe after the second date, because those are 2 moments that like undeniably it's like, damn, what the fuck going on with y'all? When did y'all feel like she was rude to me directly? Not her confessions, but like y'all saw us interacting. Mo, what's up?
Come on.
I always pronounce the coochery board. What's it called, Christal?
You know it's not a coochie board. You know it's not a coochie board.
It is a coochie board. It's a charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board. Okay.
I like charcuterie board.
I do too.
Oh, God.
What I'm saying is, then, even though she could have, for the first time meeting, like, I just thought it was cold a little bit. Like, even it didn't feel right. Like, even if I meet someone, the fact that they put that effort in for me, you know what I mean? And it might not be something I'm into, but the fact that I haven't seen them in ever, and then they present something to me, she could have been a little bit more. That was the first thing. That's
the first thing. Okay.
That was that set it off for me. That set the tone for how the rest of it went, and I just felt like. So you're not even making it on camera. Now, you gotta keep in mind we're basing it on the edit we saw. You guys know details and.
But the problem though, Aaron, just real talk. Everybody felt like that. Even your other castmates said that. So on the show and off the show.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, why did you feel like, what did she do that was nice? Everything you kissed her on the forehead, she was repulsed. Like every time it happened over and over again. They hyped you up to push the beds together. She acted like you had like tried to rape her. Then she tongued Sandia down after she acted like your kiss on the forehead was so intrusive on her boundary, but she didn't give a damn about Sandia's boundaries at all. It was clear Sandia did not present herself as Sandia was not a sexologist. She did not present herself as a woman that was into threesomes, but she didn't care about Sandia's boundaries. Only cared when you were being so nice to her, and she gave you her ass to kiss, in our opinion, respectfully.
Yeah. I mean, you just saying how you see it. I'm not mad at you just retelling your experience of watching the show.
We did not like it. We did not like seeing her, and I'm a woman, so I'm always gonna try to figure out.
Right, you're a girl's girl. You're trying to see their side first. I hear that.
It's like the movie Life. That movie.
So here's my thing, right? The whole thing with the date with the coochie board. So me and her just got done dancing, and actually. They didn't show this, but like it was moments where we was giggling and talking shit to each other during the dance, where she actually did try to save it and make it feel better. But also when we sat down, a fly flew on the food, but also I'm extremely charismatic at times, but also I can very easily become awkward and run out of things to discuss. So the moments where y'all saw it was quiet between the two of us, or like there wasn't a lot going on, I know for sure that I definitely ran out of some things to say, and maybe she also did. But now one thing that I can say that could be on y'all side is the wine. I didn't choose for the wine to be there. I don't drink. However, it was there, so I was trying to roll with it. What the fuck ever. But as far as like her kissing Sandia but acting crazy because I kissed her on the forehead, those are really two different scenarios for real. Because Sandia, it's a dare. If you're playing dare, you as an adult have every opportunity to be like, oh yeah, no, not for me type shit. Now me, I'm not gonna say not for me unless it's some gay shit because mama ain't raised no bitch. However, I'm not Sandia. But what I can say is the date we went on is not the only time me and Jody kissed in the house. And me kissing her on the forehead was waking her up out of her sleep. And even though I knew she didn't like being touched in her sleep, I didn't know that waking her up was included as a part of that. There was a lot of moments where we had some disconnects. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like, it was moments where I was like, the fuck wrong with you? And it was moments like, fuck wrong with you? However, there were also moments when we sat down, we had deep discussions about love. We were talking about like our parents, our childhoods, like just enjoying each other's company. Like there was a lot of moments like that also. So y'all didn't see her be nice to me, true. But I also, when I rewatched the show, I saw two moments where she was like kind of mean, but it was like more so reacting to what's going on.
What about the confessionals? And what about the fact that she was, like Mo said, which I thought was a very good point. She was always tight-lipped around you. And she was very open and seemed like she was very attracted to Chris. When she finally, because she seemed like she was holding all this in, you guys were taking the pictures and she was like, I don't feel anything when I kiss. And then when she finally told you at the very end, which I feel like she dragged it out, and then she finally told you that she didn't see anything outside of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
She like relaxed, and we saw a very different Jody in the house. And Mo was like, she seemed like she was not happy until she did that. Like, and again, and I hear what you're saying, but I guess the thing is, like, for everybody in the house to be telling you that, and then for the viewers, this is a consistent theme. I almost feel like, do you have any siblings? You have a big sister or something?
I actually do have an older sister and two other
What
siblings.
did your older sister say?
I don't know. She only watched like a couple episodes. She didn't really like finish watching it.
What did she say? Did she say something about those episodes?
She said a couple things. So first of all, she was mad that people was mad about my earrings. And then after that, she was like, well, why the fuck was the wine on the date? Like, she was asking really like the questions everybody was asking type shit. And then she was watching it with her friends, so that her friends were like, oh, your brother kind of cute. I'm like, hey, send him my number. But like, she didn't give a real strong review on Jody. She wanted to wait till she saw the rest of the shit.
I just feel like I am like Mo and I are like sister and brother because we've been friends for over 20 years. If some girl treated Mo like that, I would be at her neck, and he knows that. Like I would be like, she don't deserve. Like, what the hell?
Excuse me.
Okay, Aaron, what is happening?
Hey, I ain't gonna cap to you. I just had like hella American Deli like right before this, and that shit was busting. So,
yo, but here's the thing, Aaron. See your energy now. Where was that Aaron on the show?
Yeah,
he was in the house. He just wasn't in the edit.
Why?
Like somebody commented when they posted the reel from when I said to Aaron, oh, so you can acknowledge that shit can happen and motherfuckers don't see it on the show. Somebody said in the comments, they was like, oh, finally you say something. Nigga, I was talking the whole show. They was being all that shit in there. Like, I'm usually like this.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't have no defense for you on that one, G.
So are you you're not pleased with the edit?
You said what?
You're not pleased with the edit.
I wouldn't say I'm not pleased with the edit. I think that they had a story to tell and they told it. It was certain moments that pissed me off. Right. But it was also certain shit that they kept out of there that I was like, okay, cool. I'm not mad at y'all leaving that part out. So it's just like y'all told y'all story. I mean, they didn't get all of it wrong. I am like a real chill person. It's hard to piss me off. It's hard to knock me off my square. It's hard to involve me in drama. That's true.
Your cast did say that.
Yeah, like I be chilling, but there's a lot. It's quite a few parts of the edit that I went on Twitter and I was talking shit. Then I deleted the tweet afterwards because I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit.
I want you to. I want your big sister to.
You know what? Instead of my big sister, what'll be a good way to discuss this with you? I don't have a single female friend that approves of Jody, and I said this on the show that I have a lot of female friends. I have no shortage of women in my life. They all one of them DM'd her on some shit, and I was like, "Hey, chill the fuck out." But yeah, they I don't think, and I be defending her to them the same way I'm defending her to y'all. Like it's like y'all didn't see all.
Why are you still defending? Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
The confessionals, right? So I'm sure you didn't see those during the show, but once while you guys were filming, but once you did see those, because there have been people that have been on reality shows together, and then as soon as they see those confessionals, they fall out because it's like, I didn't know you were thinking like that. So why, after seeing the confessionals, are you not feeling different about your friendship with her?
The only confessional that really kind of like bugged me was the one about the kiss. And that's probably more so my ego because like, I thought it was amazing. What? So that one kind of did rub me the wrong way. I wasn't prepared for that one. I seen that, I was like, oh shit. Like my eyes never opened. They was open that day. They was like, what the fuck? But aside from that one, she didn't say anything that like shocked me or made me feel away type shit, especially not on some friend shit. But like, while it was just informative, I guess, because it's like, oh damn. Because, you know, while I'm in the house, I'm real close to the situation. So it's like, I'm seeing things how I see them in front of me versus watching on TV. It's like, okay, so that's what she was thinking in that moment. Or it's some confessionals where we'll talk after. She'll be like, that didn't go to that scene. That went to another scene. I was like, oh, okay.
Why do you think all your friends, I mean, I just ask you, what, like all your friends, your castmates, Mo and I, like we don't have any dog in a fight. I'm never going to want to say negative. I'm never going to want to throw another woman under the bus. So for me to say, I don't like how this woman is treating this man. I didn't like how a lot of the women on that show treated the men. I didn't like how Sienna talked to Brandon. I did not like how I did not like Alexis with the hoochie daddy shorts over and over again with Greg, somebody else's dude. That was whack to me. And even with Millie calling Chris a bitch, I didn't like that either. Right. So there was a lot that the women did, unfortunately, that made women look bad. But why do you think that there are so many people telling you that she was not good to you, and you still are like, but I'm cool with it?
Did you hit?
I feel like people have certain expectations about what they think a relationship should be and how it should go, right? So like when we weren't together a lot in the beginning, or it seemed like, or not seemed like we weren't, like there was moments where we was absolutely together, moments where we was absolutely in different places, like when I was in the hot tub. And Greg's like, yeah, man, it just seemed like two dead batteries can't get a spark. What I said on episode 2, I was dead ass about not liking the clingy girl, because from 18 to 26, I was in a monogamous relationship, and we lived together the entire time. Also, I really, really enjoyed my fucking space. And beyond that, there was, I don't know, I didn't, because I also know Jody as a person, I never felt like, or I won't say never, but because if I felt like she was out of line, I actually did talk to her about it while we was fucking there. But most of the times that people was like, oh, that's weird. It's like, okay, but you don't know Shorty. Or if it was weird and I didn't like it, like I said, I would talk to her about it. But when people watch the show, they're like, damn, this bitch ain't shit. And I'll be watching the show, I'll be like, oh my God, she was really vulnerable. Like, she was being like as her as possible. Like, I'm watching her cry. I'm watching her talk about her traumas and trying to explain how she is. I'm watching her get in her feelings. I'm watching her get upset because she has certain expectations of me that I was supposed to hold up that I fell short on. And then it's like a reaction to it.
What were those?
Yes.
Folding under pressures with the house, remembering certain things. Although I talked to her about the date, I was like, "Yo, that first date was not me." Type shit. We had to discuss that one. Those are the first ones that come to mind. I got to be honest with you. It's 2 years ago. I don't remember every single detail, but I do remember having that emotion, because there were times off screen also where she was emotional and I saw her be vulnerable, and it's like, oh damn, I am so sorry. Type shit. So yeah, y'all saw her be mean, but I saw her in moments where she was hurt. I saw her in moments where she was happy. I saw her in moments where we were being deep. So yeah, you can see it from the outside, be like, damn, I really hate that shit. And maybe it wasn't the best romantic fit, especially the way I'm looking at it. But for me at the time, I didn't have an issue with it.
You could see all that, but you couldn't see how she treated you. That's crazy to me. Like
you feel like you deserve, like I mean seriously,
a alert brother that knows what's going on around you, and our hearts went out for you. This is across the board, like across the board. We be like, if that was, dudes are watching it, and we on some. If that was me, type of, you see what I'm saying? If that
motherfuckers always say if that was me, G. You know what's crazy about if that was me? People say if that was me all the time, and get in that situation, and maybe half of them are really
you're
about
right.
that.
No, you're right. Half the dudes will probably, but it just felt like I'm seeing your energy now, and I'm like, where was that guy? Like right now, in real time, I didn't get that energy there. And at least on camera, if they did, they edited the hell out of it. And came
Bro,
up
when I would watch an entire scene and I'll be like, where the fuck did any of my audio go? I'm not fucking kidding you.
But even your facial expressions, Aaron, were, and also, and you also were younger. I want to point out that he's 29 now, so you were 26. And that's a lot of difference in age. At that age, it's not so much when you get older, but in your 20s, that's
2 years is like 5 years almost.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Point that out seriously. Let's move to another point.
Okay, cool. New topic.
Yeah, just a little bit. So Aaron, the other couples in the house, like I mentioned, there was a lot of Christal put Jacarius on. Jacarius is, he is investigating what is happening right now.
Man,
Who's Aquarius? Wait, we just bringing names. You ain't gonna just go past that like you just say what
he
you just
almost
said.
killed the
It's
first
my
time.
fish. It's the fish. It's a beta fish.
That's what I was talking about when I came in, right?
Yeah. He
Man.
people were asking because he almost died, but he's alive and well. He's back here listening, Aaron. But I want to ask you, what did you think of just a lot of what we saw on this show? A lot of the women were very disrespectful. And when we had Greg on, and even Chris, both of them suggested Greg a little bit more articulated it a little bit better. And even Josh, they all said that the women, that's not necessarily
Abnormal.
right?
Yeah, I do agree with them. When you was talking about it earlier, and when you first mentioned you didn't like how the women treated the men in the house, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna say whether they do or don't represent the entire Black community because I don't like generalizing motherfuckers. That's not who I am. What I will say is, while it's not everybody, it is a very common experience. I didn't know Sienna called Brandon a bitch on the show. Nobody was in the room with them, but seeing it wasn't like a huge surprise type shit. Or I ain't gonna lie, the shit with Millie was absolutely a surprise, only because it's like a flip switch. I was like, damn, where the fuck this come from? Kind of like how y'all feel watching me now. Like, damn, where was this airing on the show? I was like, where the fuck was this Millie 2 days ago? But not in a good way. It was just like, who the fuck is this? So I do see women act like that on a daily. Like ever since school days, I've seen women behave that way with men. It's not uncommon. It's not everybody, but it's my common day shit.
A generational thing?
Possibly, no.
Because we're a little older, especially me. So I'm thinking it has to, because I don't remember it being this bad.
It's normal for girls to haul off and call a dude a B 2 and 3 times.
Girls be calling niggas bitches. They be calling us sassy. They be saying all the time. Women feel like they can get away with saying whatever they want at this point in time. Ooh, I hate saying that. I hate saying that. But I do to an extent observe that a lot of the fairer sex's opinions and statements, especially regarding men, whether it be general or a specific person, comes from this pedestal of you can't say shit back to me. And then when you do say shit back to them, and I think I heard Josh talk about this too, when you do say shit back to them, now you sassy, now you a bitch, now fact. You a real man don't do this, real man do that. Crazy, because I could have sworn a real man is the person with the penis. But you know what I'm saying, whatever. But yeah, it could be generational. I don't know. I wasn't in y'all generation. I seen my mama. She ain't the nicest lady sometimes. However, I don't know the rest of Gen X.
Mo?
I know the rest of them, and it wasn't like
not
to that point. Like that was super rare. Even if they felt it never came to rarely came to in the Northeast. I saw a little bit more of it, but it still wasn't to that extent.
Yes, it's like that these days.
And maybe because unfortunately men would have reacted. So women were cautious of that and didn't go that far.
Can I hypothesize what I think it could be?
Please.
All right, so for a long time in human history in general, right, there's this long sense of oppression with women. Women don't have shit going on. Then you got the feminist movement back in the 1940s, 1950s, something like that, where women are fighting for their rights. First wave, amazing. You know what I'm saying? You got work rights. Niggas can't do the same shit they used to do, but it's still men treating them like the lesser sex type shit, and women want to be equal. And it gets to a point, I think, around y'all generation where equality is kind of there, but there's also mutual respect. But then when it gets to my generation, it's like, all right, now we equal, but now we're going to tell these niggas how we feel. And at first, it didn't start off that bad, but then it got to the point where when niggas would talk back, they got shamed, all that other shit started happening. At that point, it was like, and it started working. And niggas started changing how they act. And once they saw that catalyst, they was like, oh shit, let's keep this shit up. So it started as gaining equality, but then it kind of went to a bit of a power trip. But at the same time, niggas be needing to be in check. I don't like seeing articles where a guy get rejected and he kill a shorty either. But I just don't think either side should be as negative as they've been shown to be in the past few years.
I agree with that. And I do think that there is something to, we had this conversation a few days ago, a few friends of mine. And I said, I think that, your generations, the women saw their mothers crying and being treated unfairly, and they were like, "We're not going to do that. I am not going to do that," and they're not. But I do have a problem with no one should talk to someone like that. And I feel like for instance, the situation with Millie, that could have went very badly. Because if I am, so my husband's name is Adrian. If I'm with Adrian and I'm arguing with Mo and I call Mo a bitch, automatically now, if Mo reacts to me, my husband has to react to him. And that could cause a whole fight. Like that could have caused, Greg and Chris to get into it.
That's
ironically, Greg and Chris are into it.
Yeah, I was thinking that when you said it could have caused, well, shit, something else caused it now.
And what's so crazy about it is like they were there and acted just with all the decorum in the world. They get off the show 3 years later, they're calling each other out like gang members. You would think they are models that sound like gang members. They are. Mo was like, it was the battle of the models because these guys are pretty and focused on their looks, but yet it's like, yeah, come see me. I'm like, what is happening? We don't.
So they're banging GQ.
We don't want that. We don't want that. Come on, stop it, guys. Stop it. You guys are too good looking. You spend so much time in the gym, so much time on your looks. Don't try to just stop it. I've been told they're both better than that. I wish they would not.
The more I think about it, I think people were very mindful of the camera. The men were on how they look, including you, Chris. I mean,
dang, he done changed my name. That's
no. Pardon me, my bad. Because I was thinking of Chris on it, but when
it's cool. He was just in the conversation. I get it.
Right. Well, he was, my bad, Aaron. But including you, Aaron, like how you didn't want to come across, especially to a black woman. And I'm saying, if I was on camera, I would be mindful of that too. And I think now that the show is over, everybody can like take a deep breath. It's a few years removed. It's new to us. You got to remember, you guys were dealing with it in real time. But now, was everything on? And I think that's the reason why they got into it. I respect how the guys, for the most part, carried themselves on camera. I mean, you did a great job. I like the way that Chris was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people have their opinions on things. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I think that the other Aaron was wild. You know, he was more wild on here than he was on the actual show.
Yeah, I missed his. I didn't see that.
It's okay. It's okay. There was a lot going on.
I heard y'all didn't like it very much.
It's not that we didn't like it. We just we're honest. We're gonna call. We just found some holes and some contradictions.
That's it.
No, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We talking to somebody, and it's like, nigga, like you know they just happened. It's like, all right, I'm gonna hear the rest of this, but at the same time, don't fucking talk to me about this shit no more. I get it.
He was just, it was a lot. But I don't, I welcome everybody to come on and tell their truth. But I also reserve the right to tell our truth as well, right?
Y'all do. Yeah, it's your platform.
Yeah. So we try to do that the same way. But yeah, I do feel like, and somebody mentioned a good point, that one of the ladies on Love and Marriage Huntsville did the same thing. And that's true. And she's not in your generation. She's closer to our generation. It's not in there. And that's just unacceptable. And I feel like men should not call women the B word, but women should not call men that. And I know as a woman, if you do something like that, the man that you're with is going to have to be involved. So let me ask you this, Aaron, when everybody in the house was going at Jody because of you, again, they were going at her like she's being disrespectful to Aaron. She's obviously, into Chris. They were basically trying to protect you and Sandia, saying that both of you guys were
naive, innocent,
all of that. So how did you feel? Because then I felt like you were trying to defend her, but Jody was popping off. You know what I mean? So how did you feel about that situation? And why do you think everybody was so intent on doing that? Do you feel like Jody was attracted to Chris?
I guess I'm gonna answer in reverse order. I didn't feel like Jody was attracted to Chris. I did think they was real cool, just because I've seen chemistries that are real dope with two people of the opposite sex and they not be attracted to each other at all. I've been a part of it. As far as how I feel about everybody else coming at Jody in the house, I didn't feel like it was everybody else. I feel like Aaron and Diamond, absolutely, more so Aaron than anybody. I can't say I know exactly why. I'm not this fucking psychologist. I have my own theories and hypotheses. I definitely felt like at certain points in time, Millie was like, nigga, but she ain't never come at Jody for real. It was just like, hey, yo, Aaron, she didn't even actually give me no advice about thinking twice. I think it was more so just her confessionals, but she was like, yo, you're being real innocent and naive, and I need you to be Sherlock Holmes on this motherfucker, like in her confessionals. But in the house, it was really just Aaron and Diamond that I seen come at Jody. And with Aaron and Diamond coming to Jody, it also came along with them being in other people's business as well. And I don't mean to speak ill on them either. However, you know what I'm saying? We do see Diamond ask about Josh's baby with Shay. We do see her like a bit involve herself, at least regarding the thing with Sandia. Like, I'm not saying she was trying to be messy. I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm just saying she was involved. Same with Aaron. He was heavy in my business specifically because Jody triggered the shit out of him. So it wasn't really the whole house. It was just one couple, and the rest of the house had their opinions that they may or may not have shared in the confessional. But as far as defending her, I had no problem with that, mostly because a lot of who y'all saw on camera that did get to make it was still me, for sure. It was a version of me. But also, there were moments in the past where there was somebody I cared about and I felt like I could have done more. So what you're not going to do today in current Aaron's face is do or say some shit related to somebody I care about and think I'm going to just shut the fuck up. It's not going to happen.
So if you could do it over again, would you have spoke up more to Aaron H?
I did speak up more to Aaron H. Y'all didn't see it, but that's just what I was talking about with Mo. I promise you I was talking on the show.
Okay. So this is another hard question, but I want to preface this by saying I don't think your generation has done a good job of making sure that everyone's sexuality is their own.
And I was so hoping this will come up.
Right, but there's nothing. I mean, either way, whatever someone chooses or whatever someone's into or whatever someone's open to, it really is okay. I think, and our generation, I think, is learning, from that. So
maybe.
So I how do you feel about the feedback? Because we're not the only people that have speculated. There's been a lot of feedback that your sexual orientation may be fluid or maybe bisexual. What's your I guess response to that?
I thought it was hilarious. 1, 2, it didn't stop my flow of women at all, so didn't affect me personally. However, I felt like the earrings for sure, because can't be a pretty ass nigga with dangly earrings apparently. But also, 2, I'm not the stereotypical archetype of what you would expect of a black male in any sense, especially if I were to tell you, oh yeah, I'm from the hundreds in Chicago. Maybe you are? Yeah, I am. But because I'm not what people are used to, and it's something different that they can't comprehend or understand that easily, and they see something that they attribute to another demographic, they're like, oh, okay, if we don't understand him here, he must fit over there. When in reality, I just don't fit with y'all fucking definitions. Now, as far as my sexual orientation, to make that perfectly clear, I am very strictly clitsly. I really only like women.
Okay.
End of that. Yeah,
that's fair. I appreciate you acknowledging that. I've never heard strictly clitly, but I definitely have heard strictly dickly.
Right. And the thing is, like, when it came up and people were like, I seen the comments, I was like, well, why does it matter? And I'm like, well, and this is me, and I'm speaking up strictly for me. Right. Because I wasn't sure, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure.
Huh? If y'all ain't bring it up, I was gonna bring it up. I saw.
Oh no. Trust me, we was gonna bring it up. We didn't want to start there. But my thing was the reason why we were saying, because if this other person thought that they were here for one thing and some turn. Maybe that was the disappointment. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw you say that. Like maybe
that
she
was
got
her energy
there, seen I was
why
gay
it
in
was
person, and
different.
was like, "Oh hell no!" I seen you say
Or
that.
maybe felt the energy, because I will say this, Aaron. I am somebody that I have had numerous guys come out to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Numerous, like just as friends, right? Because I'm before I even started doing this channel, I've always been someone that talks to people and tries to make them feel comfortable. So I've had men come out to me that weren't comfortable being out yet, right?
Yeah.
And my uncle came out to me at
Whoa.
51
Whoa.
after having a wife for 20 years and 3 children. So it's not something that is far-fetched or does not happen.
Yeah.
I think that and then sometimes I feel like there's one of, I was telling Mo about this a few weeks ago. I had a friend of mine and we grew up together, and people would say, "Oh, he just has feminine um actions or behavior, physical behavior, because he grew up with his mom." And he, he denied it. He went to college, he pledged, did all these things. And then when we got to our 40s, and then he was away from the rest of us where he grew up, he felt comfortable coming out. And I feel like sometimes you can feel the energy, like when Carlton, who was on Love is Blind the first season,
Never
did
seen
not
it.
share that. I interviewed Carlton on this channel. He was like, he didn't want to turn her off. He wanted a chance. And then he felt like, she would not accept it. And then it ended up going really bad. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I do say, Kanisha Rayford says, I got to stick with Aaron on this. Mo and Christal are showing their age. Mo, men can have more feminine traits, but that does not make them gay. It's not until a man shows interest in a man that he's gay.
Understand I'm 52. I'm 53 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just basing it on energy that I saw. It didn't make a difference. I'm saying if this late, we're here recapping the show and viewing what we see. So
Right.
If I see this woman and I saw the video, I guess they showed a clip of you guys prior to coming on the show, and you guys via just talking on cameras, and I'm seeing her energy there. And then I see her energy after she said what she said. It seemed like a weight was lifted. There's a big space in between. And that space was when she actually met you. So I'm basing it on that. Other than that, I don't care either way. But if they're asking me what was wrong, I'm saying this is what I see, and this is what possibly could be it. Because other than that, why would this woman treat a man like this? And they've been talking for 6 months, and there hasn't been an issue.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's dragging a little long, but I'll give you a specific subject. But what I will say is, for me, what I felt like should have made people understand Jody the most, but I feel like maybe y'all already had y'all opinions made up by this time. When she was talking to Dr. Allie, right? Mm-hmm. After I left, by the way, that lady is really fucking smart. Like, she actually scared the shit out of me, because way more than what happened on that camera. Like, I'm like, yo, do you have my birth certificate in your purse? What the fuck? But like, when she was speaking with Dr. Allie after I left, and we get to see on camera her talk, Dr. Allie break her down and talk about like, yeah, bro, you want love. Your ass just tweaking right now. And she was like, damn, I am tweaking. And she started crying, and we started seeing that like she's built up all these different walls to try to mitigate herself from protecting herself from being hurt. Right. And you realize, oh shit, she's not just like because y'all see her as an asshole, so I'm only saying it like this so y'all can see it from y'all perspective. She's not an asshole for no reason. It's like, okay, it's because of that. Like, okay, so because if you see me on the screen, most of the time y'all see me doing something like trying to be sweet, or like trying to be like damn near a rom-com ass boyfriend type shit. That's not something she was ready for. Yeah. What she was ready for, us having commonalities. What she was ready for, us doing creative shit together. What she wasn't ready for, what the fuck is you trying to romance me for? What the fuck you mean dancing and dinner? What the fuck you mean you got me a diamond necklace and we dancing again? What you mean?
Yeah, that was bad.
You want to be around me? Like, I don't think it was more so that disgusted her. It made her uncomfortable, because we just learned that this girl's traumas made her uncomfortable with a lot of shit that she actually does want.
Yeah.
She was
No,
happy as
I get
hell when
that.
we did that shit.
I want to say something. I don't believe that Jody is an asshole. I don't like the way that
Okay.
she treated you. But for me, but I didn't say she was an asshole.
I like that.
I feel like she was rude and disrespectful on camera. But I
Yes.
also said on this show that once I saw that episode and I said, oh, I get it. I understand. Because not just Jody, Sienna also trauma caused this very mean, aggressive personality, right? And it stems from I don't feel safe. I have to protect myself, right? And so I get that. Even Millie to an extent, not the same extent, but a small extent. So
Yeah.
we're not here to call her this or that. We didn't like the behavior. At the end of the day, you guys are both we're all learning, we're all growing as people, so we can make a mistake, but I think we have to be able to address the behavior without demonizing the person, and that's what we're trying to
Okay, I
do.
appreciate that because
And
that's a
thank you.
word I heard thrown around a lot. So I use
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I shouldn't have assumed that would be what y'all would
No,
say.
no,
So
no.
my
This,
bad for throwing words in your mouth.
that's what this is for. We're
Yeah.
this is good conversation so people can understand. Because I think even a lot of people in the chat think, oh, well, this person is this or that. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
We're all a continuous trajectory of growth or regression, right? So you're
Yeah.
either going to grow or you're going to regress. I do want to ask you, with all the different, with the therapist brought in, I did appreciate the doctor, and Allie, I really thought she was good.
Yes.
It was really hurtful to see. I think these shows are a reflection of what's happening in real life, right? So you have so many people trying to be in relationship when they have all this pain and unresolved and undiagnosed trauma that is they're pulling with them. Did this make you think about relationships differently, or even like what you want? Because I remember a friend of mine is a judge. She said she would have people come in her court, young people, and they'll end up a psycho. She's like, there'll be a diagnosed psychopath, undiagnosed psychopath, but a person will be trying to date them and have no clue. So what I saw
Yeah.
with this show is you have people that have some serious hurt, drama, and toxicity living in them, trying to date somebody that they met online. If it's true or not, whatever it is, they still are walking around with all this pain. So I wonder what you learned or what you thought from the fact that several of the women and men, even Greg acknowledged, having some issues. Obviously, Chris didn't necessarily acknowledge it in the same way, but he should share he's had some hurt that we see has definitely showed up in his delivery. So, did you learn anything about that for yourself?
Great question.
I think for me it was more the reverse. So, granted, just like Chris, I was in an 8-year relationship prior to this show. So I wasn't, while I did try to be a good person, I wasn't always the best partner. And probably a lot of the same things y'all saw in Jody, I've heard her say about me later on in a relationship closer to the end. So while I was out there, it was more so me noticing certain benchmarks of growth with empathy, with emotional intelligence, with control. It was more so showing like, okay, I did grow some. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. Like, she obviously did know what she was talking about because she was living with me and dealing with me for a long time. But for me, being in the house was more so a benchmark showing like, okay, you're here now. You're not all the way better, but whatever work you was doing on yourself at the time we took to fucking get here, you have improved in some of the areas you wanted to improve in. So for me, it was more so just seeing how far I came.
Okay, you did handle yourself well. I think it takes a person. I think there's a balance, right? I think that not allowing anyone to get you off your mark is a very impressive, mature ability, right? You don't let someone change your personality, but I also think then on the other hand, you can't let you can be hard but fair, right? So I'm not going to let you disrespect me, and I'm not going to play myself, but I'm also not going to respond emotionally to you. So that balance is difficult to get to, right?
Yeah.
I would still say, and this is just Christal's opinion, Christal may be wrong, I would still say after seeing what you went through, I would want, you did a lot of taking care of Jody. I would like to see you do more taking care of Aaron, because you were not married to this woman. You were not. So really, you don't owe her anything other than being a kind human being, which you were.
Which you were,
right? So, but I would rather you be on that side than on the asshole side, right? Or being disrespectful to women, or like I appreciate, as a Black woman saying to a young Black man, I appreciate you not being that way. I appreciate you carrying yourself in a way that even when you were, as somebody would say, when she did reject certain things, you did not respond in an immature, hateful way, and that takes a lot of.
But let me say this, Christal. Let me ask you something. So he was the way he was. A couple of the guys, but it seems like, I don't know, but it seems like that just perpetuates the same behavior to the women. That just lets them keep on doing it. So what are we to do?
But I think that's what Christal was saying, though. Like when she said, try to find the balance of being hard but fair. Okay. Like it's a preference for me not to be a dickhead. But at the same time, as nice as you were, bro, that was too far to the other side. Like
exactly.
Try and find the middle ground. So she with you on that. It's just she preferred seeing me, be smooth type shit instead of like turn the fuck up.
Yeah. So what would you do different now? Or would you do anything different? If
would I do anything differently?
Yeah.
I would have packed cologne and I wouldn't have left my cocoa butter at the photo shoot. Those two things I would have done differently. But aside from that, I really do subscribe to the belief of shit happens the way it's supposed to.
Gotcha.
So for me, it's like if anything would have changed, if I would have changed anything, the whole experience would be changed. And it's like I don't hate the experience.
You don't be okay.
I like that.
Thank you for not getting in the model wars too, because I know you modeling too. So thank you for not getting in the model wars.
What was your yes yes, one of the things that people ask about this show and also Ready to Love and some of the other shows is it's very hard for the viewers to believe that people are authentic, right? We've heard that there were people on the show that were actors. I'm sure at this point maybe everybody on the show has interest in being in entertainment. We know that you're in music, you do music, you're an artist. What percentage would you say was authentically want to see if this could be a love match, or I just really want to be on TV and this is a good opportunity for everybody?
That's a good question, honestly, because for me, while I was out there, it definitely felt like everybody was there for their person type shit. But then when I'm looking back at the show and I see the check-in, I'm like, whoa, that happened. Like, so most of the people I felt like were genuinely curious about meeting that person and seeing how to traverse that connection. What I will say is, and I don't mean to speak ill on him when I say this, but when older Aaron, came there and was all about Diamond, he said Diamond all the time. And Chris was saying, bro, I don't think you genuine. He was like, bro, shit different for me. Just to turn around and they having issues because he got his hoes. He over here like DMX, Trina, Kalisha, Misha, about 3 Kims. Like, it's looking crazy. So and then he said he was a comedian. So it's like, damn, bro, did you come on here for that? And I'm not saying he did or didn't, but that would be the one that I would happen to doubt. In the same way that he had his doubts about us.
That was funny. I like the DMS.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Like, even when we talked to him and we were putting stuff together when him and Diamond was on here, a lot of stuff wasn't matching up, and it did seem like, a lot of stuff was for TV because it seemed forced. Like you said, he kept mentioning, I'm here for, that whole Diamond thing.
He looked at his old YouTube and he was trying to be on YouTube famous and it did not work. Yeah. And I mean, but at the end of the day, everybody, I don't knock anyone's hustle, but I do think the viewers are not, like, people aren't stupid and they can see.
There you go.
What is going on here. Let me ask you, so what you being 29 years old, being in Atlanta, I think the concept of the Never Ever Mets, there was another show that was on MTV. I can't think of the name of it. And then there's like Love is Blind and all these different shows.
Yeah, I heard that.
To help people connect or to help people be on TV, right? So What is dating like for you? Like, we're doing this singles event here because I hear so many women say they're not meeting quality men. And then I asked some single guys, like, because I don't think guys necessarily have the same amount of trouble, because you guys are typically supposed to be. Okay, well, tell me, what is the trouble, Aaron? What is happening? Why is it hard for men to find a good woman?
First of all, a lot of women try to force their expectations to create this construct of what a real man is. And if you don't fit that mold, now all of a sudden you find yourself in the midst of either having to be disrespected openly or leaving. That's one. Number two, the thing I told you about earlier with a lot of women who's bad with their finances, and it's like, ooh, shorty, hell no. Yep. Number three, even if it's not women who manipulating with your real man thing or the finances thing, it's just a lot of girls who may be out for a free meal or you just don't have no compatibility with. Like, I remember I matched with this one shorty on Tinder, and like the conversation was going real smooth, and we was talking about what our first date was going to be, and I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, let's do something interactive. Let's go to, you know what I'm saying, Dave and Buster's or the Painted Duck or some shit, because that sounds fun. I like doing interactive shit. And she was like, actually, I just want to go to dinner. Now, I abhor going to dinner, to be honest with you. I don't like going out to eat. So for me, that was it. I was like, all right, deuces. Like, swipe left. We didn't have no compatibility, but also whether or not we had compatibility, there is like that demographic of women who just be looking for a free meal. Neither one of those is about to meet me in that situation. It's a lot of different things. And some girls still be fucking their ex.
Well, in women's defense, men as well.
We know men ain't shit. There is piss in the pool for women to find niggas, but I'm just saying, there's piss on both sides of that motherfucking pool.
We'll take that. We'll take that. So what do you do? What is work for you thus far? And let me ask you, what is your type? What is your type?
Great question.
Oh, what is my type? You know what? I made a list actually, but I don't know if I can look at that list while I'm in here. If my camera go off, I'm not gonna go to the list. Let me see. Nope, not doing it. But I mentioned it earlier. So the traits I mentioned earlier about being perceived as a slut, but not actually being one. Long, luxurious hair, although some people may believe it's not done all the time. Really, really goofy and silly. Creative in some way. What else is fitting in that mode? I like nice proportions. So size is not really the thing to me. It's more so, how does it stack up? Because I done seen a girl 250 pounds. It's like, damn, shorty, what you doing later? And I've also seen shorties, it's like 145 pounds. It's like, damn, come to my place later. So it's really more about proportions and size to me. I do like a pretty face.
Show me a picture when you talking about, because I'm confused.
Which one?
Go ahead, good.
He's talking about Moe has.
Don't worry about. Don't listen to
Moe has. He discriminates on.
No, I do not.
Hey, Moe got his type. I got my type. What you talking about?
But I do that. Wait a minute. But I want to ask Chris, because for Aaron, because you work out. You work out, right? So is it important? Is it important for you to be with a woman that is physically fit, or because I like the fact that you said proportions. So we want it to be set up right. But is it important for you to have someone that works out? Because you know what? Sometimes I know if I have a friend that was dating, she was a little bit overweight. She was dating a guy that was a personal trainer. Bad idea. Never abort ship. Never date personal trainers.
I heard their thoughts.
My personal discrimination against personal trainers, but she was very insecure because he was like, ripped up and all this stuff. And so when they would go places, people would look at her like they didn't fit. So I would think, looking at you, because we were able to see that everything is in place and everything is where it ought to be. You spend a lot of time in the gym. So how do you feel about a woman that her body may not be, as on the same level as yours?
You know what's crazy? I go to the gym like twice a month.
What?
Most of my workout is actually calisthenics in the crib. So we'll run a couple miles. I come in the crib. I do like some squats, sit-ups, and push-ups, and I'm done. But as far as like how I feel about a woman, my woman doesn't need to be into the gym life. Just don't get in my fucking way with me going to the gym, and keep them proportions how I like them. Whatever the fuck you was doing, to look how you was doing, as long as it wasn't harming yourself, keep doing that shit.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do for a living, Aaron? What is your profession?
What's my profession? A secret. What's the next question?
Okay. No, you're not. You're not an OnlyFans model, are you?
Not yet, but you know what I'm saying.
Don't do it, Aaron. Don't do it.
Hey man, if you want to do it,
about your boy. They talking about Chris about doing that. They getting on him. Don't let
Who give a fuck?
Chris said he is trying to get money because he got stuff to do. He got to take care of his mama. He said he got stuff to buy his mama.
My nigga Chris get to the bag by any means necessary. He owned like 2 businesses. Yeah. And he got that OnlyFans shit. And actually 3 businesses now. I'm sorry. He got on 3 businesses now. And he doing OnlyFans shit. Like he said earlier, he's a man who thinks of how to get to the money. And he gets to that shit. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. But if my nigga is making income off of that shit, okay. They not paying his bills. They're not taking care of his mama. They're not flying out with him to Aruba.
They're not. No, because I definitely Chris is not taking anybody, but maybe Sandia because he is definitely not letting any girls get over on him. But that's bless his heart.
No cap at all.
So for you, would you be okay dating a girl that was a OnlyFans? Like, where are you at? Because it's the thing. I want to say this. I have had a conversation with guy friends about, it's called like the Madonna complex, right? That you're talking about, as far as like a woman that, well, the old saying that people in our generation would say, "I'll freak in the sheets, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets," right? Every man wants this woman that looks super innocent but is nasty as heck when she gets home. Like,
yeah, we all got the fantasy or something like it.
Right. A lot of them. Mo, would you? So, would you be comfortable dating a woman that did not necessarily have a lady aesthetic, that was a little bit more freaky, like somebody that was on OnlyFans? Are you open to a woman that would be employed that way?
As long as she is doing solo content or I'm the one fucking her on camera, that's straight with me. But I do know like some OnlyFans models, I know quite a few, who will try to date a dude but still be in the realm of OnlyFans and collaborate with other creators. And I'm like, out your fucking mind. That's not gonna be me. But if it's a shorty doing solo content and or doing content with me, because I may have had an appearance or two, that's fine.
Aaron, are you a porn star?
You know, I have the skill set, but that's just not quite where I am in my life.
What is the skill set that makes a successful porn star?
First of all, you need the correct material downstairs. Secondly, you need to know what the fuck to do with it. Thirdly, you need to know what women like to look at and then what they like to experience.
You know too much information, Aaron. Come on, man.
But Aaron, okay, I have to ask you this because we have these conversations as well. Women have been conditioned to lie to men.
That's true.
This, right?
That's true as fuck.
Damn it.
Thank you. So
damn it.
Yeah, Mo. You've had that. You and I have had.
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
So how does a man know if we know that women are? And I'm gonna say this on behalf of my sisters: we're really good liars. But that's because that's the way we've been taught. Women have been taught to cater to men's egos. Mm-hmm. And the ego includes the sexuality. So many guys will say, "Oh, well, I've never had any complaints. I had a girl coming back to back to back to back." And it's like, how do you know that? Well, because she did this. And I was like, we can do that on command. So
you know what's so funny? I'm really happy you brought this question up because I bring it up not as a question. I bring it up as a statement, more so saying, you know, if less women lied for niggas' egos, every nigga wouldn't walk around like I'm him. And then y'all wouldn't be having to go cry on Facebook and complain, talking about, all you niggas think you got it and you don't. Well, whose fault is it they think they got it?
Great.
Well, it's not our fault.
However, what I will say is
the patriarchal system was created.
It was. But remember what I was telling you earlier about feminism and girls feeling like they get into that point where they can say whatever the fuck they want to? Apparently, there's a couple things. Some of them are scared to say. Some of them not.
Yeah.
Some of them will absolutely give you amazing feedback. But usually, to go back to answering your question, so obviously, yes, girls is gonna say, yeah, you did that shit, right? And like we be judging off what they do for us type shit. Like I had a girl drive from Chicago all the way to Indiana for it. Or like I had a girl. I wasn't contributing shit to her life at all. She started trying to buy me groceries. She started trying to buy me gifts, all the other shit. All that could be done and she not like the dick at all. That's true. But how I usually do it is, more often than not, the girl will have a friend, right? And I feel like how her friend treats you or interacts with you, or if the friend is a mutual friend, especially, I'll be getting the dirt. Because I'll be having homegirls where I'll be cracking their cousins or their friend or some shit like that. Because they bad and they happen to be around the baddies, and I'll just get the sauce from them. Because they'll be honest about it, they don't have no stake, they don't have no horse in that race. Because they could be like, yeah, she ain't gonna talk to you again. Or they could be like, yo, she said that shit was on. Like one of my homegirls literally was like, she fell out with another girl I was messing with, and her exact words were, I ain't gonna lie, she gave you raving reviews. I thought you was trash. I was hurt that she said I thought I was trash, but I was happy she said our mutual homegirl, ex-mutual homegirl, was like, yeah, that nigga got that shit. So we really don't know for sure, but that's my method of trying to check where I fall on the fucking
trying to cheat
platform.
Trying to the cheat code.
A little bit.
Well, you definitely got to come out, Aaron, to the event, man. I think it'll be dope. It's July 13th, 2 Saturdays from now.
We need to get Aaron a flyer so he can promote that he's gonna be there.
If you got single friends, man, because we really, I don't think it'll be a problem with the females. We just encouraging the brothers to come because they want to. You seem like a tall guy, a fit guy. I think
not tall
like that.
Let's get that out the way. Average height as fuck, but fit. Yeah.
What's your height? I'm
like 5'9.5". Like a lot of girls.
Cool. That's cool. It's official. Yeah. You've been on the ladies like you. Come.
Yeah. I mean, hey, 5'9" is not bad, especially when you have other accoutrements to go along with it. So we are inviting, because we, the girls, we have women coming out, and part of the problem that the women are having is they want attractive guys. And I feel like Atlanta is full of attractive women, but we don't always have that many attractive guys. Some women don't care about the attraction to an extent.
I know some girls like that, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that I think it's important. That's why we want to make sure that we highlight the guys that are, could be some women like eye candy too, I know. I definitely get treated as fucking eye candy at kickbacks. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. While I will absolutely come, I don't foresee me bringing any men with me. I got like 5 male friends, and all of them taken. And then I got a bunch of female friends.
Just bring yourself then. That's all.
I'll slide through.
So you are hanging out with guys that are in relationships. Are they trying to put you, because usually their friends try to hook you up. Are they trying to make you be a part of a couple? Or are they their girlfriends trying to get you connected with their friends? No,
because all my male friends are long-standing friends. So some of them might be like, nigga, you need to sit your ass down. You had your chance to be a hoe. But they know real talk. Like, I'm not settling down. Jody was an anomaly. Any other girl really is like, I'll talk to you. I'll see what's up. But I'm really more focused on growing, healing, becoming who I want to be first. Because I was just in a relationship for all of adulthood until a couple of years ago.
Why did that relationship end?
Why did it end? Outgrew each other. Nothing negative. Just growing different ways.
Gotcha. I respect that. Keep it clean.
Yeah, so like there's no way you finna Now what I will say is I have female friends, they be trying to put me on with their friends. But I feel like, you know what it is, what it feels like when guys talk to, and Mo know what I'm talking about. I feel like you should, because you look like you get girls. So when you hollering with your homeboys, y'all finna like go to a kickback or something, niggas always want to ask, where the hoes at? Like, it's gonna be some girls there, woo, woo, woo. I swear to God, every time a female friend of mine throws some type of event, they're like, oh, Aaron, you gotta come. Like, they press me to come. I'll be like, oh, car fucked up. Oh, it don't matter. I'll pick you up. Oh, I got my son. Just, you know what I'm saying? I got a babysitter for you. And then I somehow end up leaving with their friends, though, but they try to put me on with a girl there. Like, no, I'm the hose, apparently. So
Christal tried to put me on a couple. It didn't really work out.
Yeah, like, so my female friends be on there.
Yeah, I'm not hooking him up anymore. He was ungrateful for the beautiful women that I hooked him up for.
Damn, how you feel about that, Mo? She said you ungrateful, bro.
It was a personality. They were nice women. It just wasn't a fit. And Christal knew that Crystal's big thing was, Mo, you got to step outside your box.
I was trying to make him date a sweet person. He held it against the lady that she had loose boots, and
Damn.
it was not. And then I think the other lady didn't. She was just a naturalist.
East Coast niggas got no mercy. What? He ain't playing.
Do not.
No shit.
So, Aaron, we learned that you have a son, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is the biggest lessons that you want to teach him? Because we see that men, you said men, we know that men, there's a lot of, pee in the dating pool when it comes. So we know why a lot of men understand that there's issues when it comes to manhood. So what do you want to teach your son?
I want to teach him, one, how to be an effective communicator, because I do believe that having mastery of language and emotional intelligence will take you very far with being able to relate to people, being able to network, being able to have healthy relationships, platonic or romantic. So that's one thing. I want him to be smart. I want him to be fit. But more than anything, I want him to understand how to treat people in his life. Mm-hmm. Like my dad was a good example. I don't know if he was a good example because I can't judge if I'm a good person. That's for other people to judge. But what I will say is I watched how my dad interacted with his friends, how he acted with strangers, and how he treated my stepmom. I did not care for how my parents treated each other for sure, but how he treated my stepmom during her pregnancy and afterwards. Like, he gave her the smoothest pregnancy ever. He did everything for that woman. He made sure she damn near didn't have to move a muscle if she didn't want to. And so that's what I emulated when that time came. Where like, he's a really friendly person. He likes to control the room. That's how I like to be. Like, I didn't want to be his clone. I just wanted to improve upon the blueprint he set down because I liked the way he moved. And that's something I want my son to improve upon later.
I like that.
Did you grow up with your dad?
It's a loaded question. So for a period of time, my parents lived together. Then they lived separately, and like I would see him every other weekend. And sometimes when I was real young, like 4 or 5, I knew what he looked like when I saw him. It would be hard to remember what he looked like for real. And then as I got a little older, it was more like, you see, I'm now like back and forth between their houses. Like it's like here and there, and then they move in together again. They try it out one more time, and for whatever reason, it don't work. Next thing I know, me and my mama and my sister end up homeless. And I didn't know for the longest time. I have my answer now. But I didn't know for the longest time who I felt like I was telling the truth. Because I asked my mama, I was like, why dad kicked us out? And she was like, he kicked all of us out. And she didn't really give a reason. And I asked dad, I was like, yo, what happened? He said, I ain't kick you and your sister out. Your mama was kicked out for some shit she did. And you and your sister, she said, I'm taking the kids with me. And so until I was 21, I didn't have a concrete answer for myself on what I think happened. But then after that, when I was a teenager, my dad was a very strong role model and things in my life because I was at his house and I was at my mama's house like half and half more. Like that was when we started lifting weights together. That's when like we started having even deeper talks. That's when I started really observing. I always observed his behavior as a kid, but like now I'm growing into a man myself. Yeah. And so now I'm seeing it with my own eyes. So it's complicated, but he was never missing. It's not how the traditional American system would see it, nor is it the absent father narrative that many other Black kids may have.
Yeah. Mo always says this thing, and I see he's Mo. What are you reading?
Yeah, I'm reading the comment. I'm sorry. Good. My bad.
Mo, what do you get in the game? Get in the game, Mo.
Shit, the comments is important too. I'll be reading them motherfuckers. I can't read them now, but I'll be reading them motherfuckers when I be watching y'all.
But what you always say this thing about how men, when they get older, they can understand their fathers better. And I think what he just said is a good example of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like women start to understand their mothers a little bit better once they start having children. Men start to understand their fathers a little bit better once they start dealing with women. You know what I mean? You can have a father, you'd be like, well, why did he leave my mother? They should always have been together, so on and so forth. But when you grow as a man, you start dealing with women, you start to understand relationships. And sometimes they don't work, but it's not against the child. And we just, it's just growth, man. Sometimes we haven't lived long enough to understand the decisions of our parents.
That's true generally. I kind of knew my parents shouldn't be together when I was a kid. I was like, yo, I don't know what a relationship's supposed to be, but y'all niggas
Right.
need to separate forever.
Right.
I was never rooted for them to be together. I was so happy when they broke up. Not just because they was toxic to each other, but good apart, but also because I got double Christmases and I had 2 PS2s when all the rest of the kids had one. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, you looked at it in a good way. Most kids don't get that, and I think that's a good lesson for parents to try to stay together for their children. If you're not happy, it does not benefit the children.
Like it does, and we see that. Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody. I feel like it's everybody. Though. Especially a smart kid, we see that. We like, yo, I don't like this shit. I don't want to be around this.
So how do you effectively co-parent with your son's mother?
Great question. I try to find ways to respect her boundaries so that she respects mine. If there's moments where she falls short and she needs some help, I got her. Like, we may never be together again, but I got you though. Like, you're not finna be just out in the cold, man. You can't live with me if something bad happened to that extent, but I got you though. If she has a schedule, I try and adhere to it. If I have a schedule, I expect her to adhere to it. Otherwise, her boundaries gonna have to get crossed. It's really more so just about mutual respect and not crossing the wrong lines for real, and not being disrespectful in front of the kid, which we try to keep up most of the time. But I'll be real with you, we human. Every now and then, you a bitch flies at me, or shut the fuck up might fly at her. But we be trying to keep it cordial. We trying to keep it cool.
Is that the lady that you were in the relationship with for years?
Yeah,
that makes sense. And I think it gets better over time. Like, oof.
We cool for the most part. I don't want you to even think it's any better because it's really not. But every now and then, shit just bubble up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it gets even better. It gets greater later because I know, it was very rough when I first got divorced. But at this point, my children are older, and my ex and I were able to go to the graduation. My husband is able to go and be with his ex, and we have dinner together. So I think it gets better after time heals and people move on and it gets better. But I have appreciated you, Aaron, sharing your truth, and I really appreciate you being willing to be honest and come on here and answer questions that may have seemed uncomfortable for some people. I respect that, and I appreciate that a lot. We really do. I can't think of this going a better way as far as a person answering the questions that we ask, because you just never know how people are going to respond.
Yeah, that's true. Niggas, people is crazy out here.
Yeah.
Or they're liars.
All the guys, right? We had all the guys on, right, Christal?
Y'all had Brandon?
Well, all the guys that stayed to the end.
Y'all had a song.
Yeah. Let me ask you this last question. What girl, you have no idea. It wasn't good for a long time. Hey, you 703. It was very long. But just, I know that you weren't there in the room, but what is your thoughts on what happened initially with Alexis and Dominique?
What happened initially? I don't know if you've actually. So I want to preface this by saying I have never personally gone on his page. However, other people had when the show dropped, and they were sending me shit. And if you look on there, one of the things he talks about, I don't even know if the video's still up. One of the things he talks about is that the way we all talk about the editing, Greg Shorts was definitely a problem for him. He did not like her talking about Greg Shorts. Something he also did not like. Before I was rapping to Shorty, I was actually singing to her. And that's what brought everybody in the room in the first place, is me singing. They didn't have a negative reaction like it showed either, but that's not the point. And he was uncomfortable with me singing to his girl. And so originally he was just expressing, because I was singing because she asked me to. He was expressing to her like, hey, yo, I don't fuck with you talking about niggas shorts. I don't like the fact that you got niggas in here serenading. I overheard that at some point. But I wasn't in the room when shit actually turned up, like when he put her in spin mode, or when you know what I'm saying, it looked like his hands might have been around her neck. I came down after the fact. I was taking a shower and I overheard like hella commotion. Then I hurried up, put my do-rag on, put my jammy pants on, so I could be a little lateral movement without looking inappropriate. And I came downstairs like, what the fuck going on? But by then, most of that shit was over.
Gotcha.
So that's interesting, because I noticed that. I was like, is he a rapper or a singer? So you do both.
Yeah.
I saw you singing. I was like, is he doing what's is singing a rap? Okay. Would you have been upset? Because I think most men would have been uncomfortable with a woman commenting on another man's shorts. Would you? Would you have been uncomfortable?
You know, I wasn't in the room to see exactly how the Greg Shorts thing went down either. I don't know if I was on a date or if it was when I first came to the house, I actually dissociated from everybody. So it could have been then as well. So I don't really know exactly how that moment went in real time. But what I will say is if I'm with a shorty and she commented on the dude's shorts, it's not an immediate problem, but I'm noting that down because I like to note behaviors first before I make my final decision. It's like, you did this? Oh, you said that? I bet I'm remembering that shit. So don't act surprised if I come up later and I don't want to try it. No matter what happened up to this point, if it gets to a point where I'm like, shit is done, I'm gonna have a list of shit. I make notes of a lot of things, not just of people, just in general, because I like to make notes. I'm kind of neurotic as fuck like that. So if I got notes of all the weird shit that you was doing, and I'm not saying Alexis was being weird, because again, I wasn't there. But if it's some shit that crosses my boundaries, it's on that fucking list. And once it gets to a certain number, you off of mine.
Right. I respect that.
What do you think, Mo? Would you, if you want to date and a girl is commenting on?
No. I mean, I think the biggest issue is she kept going.
Yeah.
That was like, you just kept going.
It was pretty long. I remember I was talking to her about it. She said they did too much with that. Like they edited certain shit. I don't know how. Again, I wasn't there. So it could have been that she said something about it and somebody responded and she said it again. We really don't know what the fuck went on with that. All we know is we heard her say Hoochie Daddy short 11,000 times. So it's like, oh, shorty, come on, shut the fuck up. But really, people who was in the room would be the best person to ask, like Greg or maybe Josh was there. They'll tell you.
Yeah, we did. We asked both of them. And Josh did not, they did not, basically they felt like there were things going, there was disrespect going both ways, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
They don't feel like Dominique should have been villainized the way he was. It should have been both of them because it came from both ways. Mm. So I would just say as a woman, this is my opinion. I don't know, but I feel like you could tell that Dominique might not have necessarily been as into her as some of the other guys were into their girls.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because there's no reason if you guys come in couples that you should be complimenting another man. There's just no reason. Even if you think that, you keep that to yourself. You make a note, and you just you don't do that. It's disrespectful. So there was just a lot of disrespect, I feel. And you just don't do that because men are sensitive and we know that they have ego. So you do that, you're doing it for a reason. You're trying to get under his skin. Because I feel like you can look at Greg and think he's good looking without saying that and flirting. You don't have to do that. That's because you want to get on Dominique's nerves.
To keep it 100 though, no one did it to the extent of saying Hoochie Daddy shorts 525,600 minutes times. However, what I will say is a lot of compliments flew around the house for real from the opposite sex. Like, I remember Brandon had like this really nice shirt. Jody was like, ooh, that shirt looks very hot cha-cha. And I was like, damn, what about my shirt? Or it was moments where I think like Millie commented on me and she said, you're the best dressed in the house. I don't know if that's really true, but shit, fuck you talking about. Or like just other compliments flying around. So I don't even really know how inappropriate it could be. Maybe it's because we all knew each other more, so you could find that to be in a more appropriate realm. But a lot of compliments flew around for real. So
the best dress in the house is different than commenting on the Hoochie Daddy shorts looking good.
Because what a lot of times women don't know, it's not so. It is what you say, but you have to understand how men receive it.
True.
That's the big thing. Like you could say it could be a car and he's in the car. You compliment the car to the man. You complimented that man. And
yeah, we have to be sensitive, and we know it. I'm telling you, the woman that was to get a partner, and it's just because we know how it is. Like, you know, I mean, that is really not. You can compliment saying that
she could have done it with more tact, right?
Yeah, or just kept it to herself. You know, he's a very good looking guy. all the ladies in our chat were very attracted to Greg. But you don't have to do it like that unless you want it, unless you're trying to. And I think that sometimes women think showing another guy attention is going to make your guy jealous. And if you have toxic ways, you may think that's a way of trying to figure out if he likes you or not.
Man, when does that work?
It worked apparently in that house. That's what we're talking about right now. What you saying?
You'd be surprised how many girls have done that. Well, we don't want to take any more of your time tonight on a Saturday night. Aaron,
thank you, brother.
Be out in these streets, out in these Atlanta streets on a Saturday night.
Man, fuck that. I'm about to work out and go to bed. But it was fun being on here. I appreciate y'all chopping it up with me.
Yeah, absolutely. We enjoyed it. And we'll send you some information because we definitely want to create a flyer for you to let people know that you're going to be out.
Yeah, please send me the information for the 13th because I'm gonna definitely pop out for y'all.
Yeah, we definitely will. I need you to send me I'm gonna tell you right now. I need you to send me a picture that we can use on a flyer. We'll have a flyer created for you.
Okay, bet, cool. I got you.
All right. Well, thank you again, and we will see you in a few weeks.
All right, see you soon.
All right, bye. Okay.
And according to the wine, we're about done.
Yeah, you know what? That's my drink there you got. I don't really drink, but I will sip on a Stella Rose peach. And they have all types of wonderful Stella Rose.
Oh, I know. I done bought 4 of them yesterday. I know.
Yeah, it's delicious. My friend that is a wine connoisseur, she's like, that's not real wine.
It's not. I said what I said, but
it's not. It's the grocery.
It did what it needed to do.
It tastes like peach punch, but it's okay. It's okay. It does. It's Moscato. It's definitely Moscato.
Wine makes me sleepy, so I drink it before I go to bed, and I'm out.
A few people said that they thought it was weird that Aaron didn't want to share his age. I mean, his profession. But at this point,
hey, y'all don't know my profession. Y'all don't need to know. Mind your business.
I think everybody on there has entertainment dreams. We know that he's an artist, and he's.
That's what I meant. I'm like, yo, I should have told him to kick him. Let me hear something. I said, damn it.
You know what? We'll have him. We'll have him come back on before the event or after the event. And he can serenade everybody on the chat. But I thought he was a really good sport. I feel like he was so young. Like that's 29. He got some growing and some learning to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Edna, I agree. Edna said possible adult entertainment.
I don't know. Whatever.
Look, Jim.
We all know you're R&B. I wish I could sing. You don't worry about what I do, Keisha L. Just know they pay me every week for it, and it's legal.
Did somebody say you were an R&B singer?
Somebody said, "Yeah." Man, I wish I could sing.
I know. When Mo was an artist, he
Christal Moe, Christal, stop it. No, it was funny because the 8x10 glossy baby was like, "What are you, a singer?" No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm bringing the one like this. I'm bringing this one. I'm bringing it on here. You're going to come on here one night. It's going to be up there like this.
Hey, yo. I want y'all to come out on the 13th.
Is Dominique in the chat?
Is he?
Dominique, are you in the chat? If he's in the chat, I'm going to put the link in here. You come on in because we have to wrap up. But we do want to talk to you if you're in the chat.
No. Somebody said law enforcement. No, definitely not the police.
I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to join us.
Come on, Dominique, real quick, man. Come on, brother.
Hold on. Let me find the link.
I saw you on the other joint, man, and I agree with a lot what you were saying, man. So come on.
I sent him. You guys were on another Monica. Shouts out to Monica on her.
Shouts out to Monica.
Instagram, and I saw you on there with Habibi, and
I'm Druzy, behave. I'm not doing that.
Oh wow, it's not letting you do it. Hold on, let me put this in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat because we want to see Dominique. We would like to hear from you because we heard from your friends that that you were.
Oh, I definitely don't have a. Somebody said I suspect he works at the post office.
He
I
does not
used
work
to.
at the
Well,
post office.
similar, something similar. I used to years ago. Not now.
Really? Did you?
You knew. I can't say the name of the company with the dealing with the.
But it wasn't. You weren't. You weren't a.
That's why I said something to that effect.
Yeah, he wasn't out there delivering mail.
Oh no, not deliver. Hell no.
Because trust me, the mail would not have reached you.
I've been fired. Man, trust me.
So I do want to address this. Everybody, a lot of people were complaining about him cursing, and that's happened before. We had was it Dominique was on from Ready to Love?
It was a bunch of times. They just did it with Greg too.
Yeah, and I think my thing is I want people to feel comfortable, right? So in order for me and Mo to do an interview that we feel like serves the channel well, we want people to be comfortable. And what I've learned from interviewing people over 20 years is when you tell someone not to speak the way they're speaking, they immediately close down, right? And then you don't get the best of that person. And I want people to be honest. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel welcome. And we take people as they are, if they speak proper, if they curse, if they Sharon, you said nobody cursed like that. It was very disrespectful to your followers. I hope that you guys don't feel that way. We don't talk like that, but we also want our guests to feel welcome. And I promise you with Dominique, that interview, people were really upset. And the crazy thing about it is he was very I liked what he had to say just because he wasn't disrespectful towards anybody, but he did use a lot of curse words. But I would rather a person be honest and use curse words than give us giving us short answers that are not really dealing with things, and not curse. So I'm not offended, and because
and they give us more information, like
Christal, it's not like the curse is not going to rub off on me.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I put the link in the chat again. If Dominique is here and does want to join, we're going to wait a few more minutes to see if he wants to come up. If not, we appreciate him being in the chat and respect that. And
you have to remind me about the Seagrams.
Because you just did the exact opposite.
I know you gotta remind. I'm at the place that I was at the. Please remind me.
Oh yeah, I'll remind you. And then when we get on Wednesday, we will have our Seagrams.
Yes, please.
On Wednesday, we'll have our Seagrams. Okay. Well, he said give him 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes. Come on, y'all. I want y'all to stick around. This should be good. I don't know if y'all saw him on the other platform, but he's gonna be here. And like Christal said,
he's coming. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Not his cussing with gratuity. It was, but he's also 29. Like,
give him some 29 years old.
Yeah, I'll give him some grace because he's 29. I'm not giving grace to old people that just don't out of the. I post the link again. Bossy says, do you feel like that was the real Aaron? I think Mo said it, and I think I agree. We didn't see that person on the show. The person that was here tonight, we did not see that person on the show. I don't know if that is because he was showing us someone different, or because the edit didn't show that.
Or he's 2 years removed and he's grown into something. I don't know. Facts.
Or he not even worse, respect your elders. Okay, I don't necessarily want to be referred to as an elder. Okay, all right. We got Dominique in the building. Welcome, Dominique.
What up?
What's up? Oh, wait, I got
you on? You good?
Can you see us? Can you hear us? Can you
see?
My
bad. I had y'all on 2 different screens. I'm like, why is the echo? I had to go shut it off.
Yeah, you gotta shut it off.
What up, brother? What's
up, man?
All right.
Big Mo. I've been watching y'all.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. You could have came on before. We saw you talking with Monica, and I sent it to Mo earlier today, and he was like, we were talking earlier today. He was like, I agree with most everything that Dominique was saying. And actually, we had Greg, we had Josh, we had Chris on,
Y'all had
and
everybody.
they all, said the same thing. Josh really kind of gave his explanation of it because we asked all of them, and even Aaron earlier, just about the situation that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start. First of all, I am not 50 years old, Keisha. No, ma'am. Okay, don't do me like that. Why? Don't you know what? The chat be tripping. Our chat is a trip. I am not 50 years old. Oh, but Dominique, you there was a conversation about just the idea of the attraction and everything that started in the beginning. How I saw that you and Alexis went on right after you went home and were like said that you guys just came on, it was fake, it wasn't real, and kind of like made it look like it was all not true. Why did you guys choose to do that right then?
Why did we choose to make that statement? You saying?
Yeah, why'd you go like talk about it right after that? Because I know they really don't want y'all to give spoilers. Because on the show we didn't even know y'all were going home.
To be honest with you, it was the pressure of the severity of the situation that everybody was trying to like paint, like make it seem like it was like. People hate when I say this, but I'm from the trenches, man. I think we all know what an ass whooping is. I don't know if you ever. I ain't gonna come over here and curse a whole bunch of time. I think we had enough cuss words for the night. I don't know if you know like what a real beating is, but I'm just saying label it how it was and shit. And me and Lex was just like, we got real lives. We got like kids, we got job, careers, running. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot going on. So we like, damn, why they looking at it like that? Why they labeling it like that? And we just kept it real. What I said exactly it was a lot of truth and then mixed in with some lies, which I feel like, which is just normal. Like everybody is do some truth mixed in with some lies or whatever, So we that's what it was some truth mixed in with some lies, but the situation did get out of control though. The situation did get out of control. She did pull the New York out of her like I know she had. I always knew she was like she had that sad a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But and I know I got my little sad, but it got out of hand, man. It ain't right, but it ain't the Ike scene in the limo with Tina. It ain't that. That's what they trying to paint it. That's all I'm saying. It ain't right. It ain't nothing that happens on the regular. So that's the reason why we came out. Cause we like, damn, it's getting out of the way they, you know what I'm saying? It's on HBO Max, it's on Amazon. People stopping me at the gas station, like, But surprisingly, a lot of people that's like cut from the cloth. I cut from if you're not like somebody grew up in a household. If you know life to every level of life or what things can lead to, if people that kind of understood life a little bit more was like, well, I kind of see, you know what I'm saying? Which they refuse to believe because just like my cast member said, people that was there, it was if you seen the whole build up, you would have been like, that man, you know what I'm saying? That man tried his best to stay cool till 3 a.m. That shit started at 2 p.m. What grown man, finna be sitting somewhere with any woman, you know what I'm saying, and constantly listening to them, compliment other men, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah.
It was just building up. It was a lot of scenes. She said something about Chris. She said something about this guy, that guy. Like you said, he was singing. Every time I came in the room, I'm just like, damn, this ain't me. Like, do y'all understand? I'm the opposite. That's never happened to me. People respect me.
What would you have done different, you think? Now, looking back.
I don't know. I'll go ahead. You should ask me a question.
No, I'm saying, what would you have done different now? If you look back at it, since you've seen it now, and you can go back, what would you have done different?
I wouldn't have went on there with Alexis. I went on there with like, if I was gonna lie, I could have lied hard. I could have just went on there with a female I already met before, who I know. I get so much respect because I give so much respect. That's the crazy part. Everybody, I know I can't see the comments. I know they talk a lot of shit right now, but guess what? Your theory is wrong. I'm a full-time father, 8 years. I never even with my children. I'm not a violent guy. You know what I'm saying? I live my life in peace. I get money. I run a business. I really do yoga. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not super cocky. I like to laugh a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're taking it wrong. So they think I'm just this violent guy. If I was beating women up left and right, I have felonies for it. Would I not? Or would I be in and out of jail? I ain't never been in prison. I ain't got no felonies. I was young. It was getting wild. But, I changed my life around when I was like 23, 24. I don't do violence and all that shit. I'm a de-escalator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really easy to work with. So if you know me, you know that. So when I get into stuff, my friends, I ain't even got to explain them to them. They're like, what they do. They don't ask what I did. They're like, what they do. Because I know you be on, you know what I'm saying? peace and love all the time. So she did, you know, it was the compliments that build up. And then they chopped up the conversation when I kind of confronted her. Jay and Shots were sitting right there. So she didn't really, the apology was weak. And she just doubled down on the disrespect. I was like, we went back to the beat. They cut out the 8 B's she called me. She called me 8 BITCHs. 8. I counted.
What's wrong with that?
Counted.
Why is so?
Dominique, what the hell? Why were so many women? Because we didn't see any of that. And Josh did kind of actually. What Josh said is that there was physical aggression on her side first,
right?
But they all the guys on the show are saying this is normal. Is it normal for girls to be cussing each other? That is
for our generation, you know, we they look up to Cardi B and Sexy Red and all that. You know, between 20 and 30, I'm gonna say 20 to 35. You're not gonna be shocked if you meet a woman and they got that aggression on them. They got that, you know, they cursing you out your name. Definitely gonna be a couple B's for sure. And
so how do you respond when a woman calls you that?
That's the thing. I don't really get that a lot. Everybody in my city in Chicago was real small. I'm really known in my city. Like, everybody knew my daddy. My daddy was a gangster. I come from a family full of gangsters. And everybody know I'm super respectful too. That's another. I think those two things mixed together. Don't nobody play with me like that. That's why I reacted like that, because my body was feeling something they never felt before. I'm like, what the hell going on? I don't do this. Especially when women come around me. I'm a gentleman. Yeah. I pay bills. I keep you laughing. Good sex, everything. I felt, you know what I'm saying? It's cracking. They like it over here, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really get all that aggression and all that. That was new to me. You know
so let me ask you this, because I said that and I'm standing on it. I may be wrong. I'm fine if you say I'm wrong. But when you saw, like, it seemed like when you saw Alexis, even though I think you weren't disrespectful and you said something about the body, but to me, your face, you could just tell that you weren't, in my opinion, you didn't seem very attracted to her. Am I wrong? Was I off?
Keep it real.
See, me and Lex is cool, man. So,
but I feel like the pupils. See, this is the thing, Dominique. I watch dudes. Like, I have a lot of guy friends. So and when I went through a bad time, I would be with them all the time, and I watch. So I know I first thing you do is look at that expression. It's not even something, because some guys got a poker face, but you can't fake the brightening of the eyes. Like, it just doesn't. And I know what you said, but I just feel like, and I also feel like you weren't very attracted to her. I feel like you could tell some of the other guys were attracted to their chicks. And I feel like she was doing that because she felt she was trying to make you jealous.
Yeah. It was. She definitely. I mean, she's still my friend. You know, some things she don't want me to say, but I mean, I don't even see not why, because the truth is the truth. My thing is, like, everybody sitting up here acting like they scared to say the truth. Ain't nobody finna come whoop you. Ain't nobody finna come do nothing to you. Josh definitely tried to have a threesome. He tried to kick it off. He mad. He think he keep lying because he know we was homies. We was tight. Me and Josh was like, they don't show it, but we was like, you couldn't separate us up in there. Cause like, oh, you from Memphis? I'm like, oh, my family from Memphis. Everybody from Memphis came to Chicago. We say y'all. We say ka. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we locked in. I'm like, I bet I'm cooking. I'm finna fry some chicken. Come on. So we the only real niggas up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I know he feel, you know, like that's some backdoor shit, you know what I'm saying, to like for that to come out. I know that personally. That's why I know he was holding on to, you know what I'm saying, what he said. But
so they was trying to do a threesome.
No. I'm not thinking. I just know that Josh tried to come on Alex or whatever.
Oh, so you said that did. Okay.
I know that. That's a fact. But I forgot the other question you said. You said, oh, that was I attracted to when I first met her.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the initial question.
So look, how I got on the show, I went viral on Kendra G. I know Kendra G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I literally just interviewed her, and she's actually coming to our event. But yeah, I definitely know Kendra G.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she the one that got me popping. Really, I had did a segment or whatever. It went viral, and I was talking about she captioned it as I'm talking about getting BBLs or going to the gym. So everybody kind of like coming back to laugh at me now, because I was like, shit, if you ain't trying to go to the gym,
you know what? I remember that it did go viral.
Yeah, I mean, viral. Like, if it was playing on the radio. It was great. I couldn't even. That's when you feel me? Like, I had to move a little bit. I had to move my apartments. I woke up and a lot of women, you know, overweight women. Not to say that's nothing bad. I just call it what. If you overweight, then, you know, you overweight. You know, but they was mad at me, whatever.
Mo understands how you feel.
Yeah, I ain't know no Kevin Samuel. It's just you. I'm just not for you. You're not just for me. What are you even mad about? I'm confused. But yeah, when I first met her, I could tell that. Well, she was smaller. Like she was smaller, basically. So I dated a lot of dozens and dozens of women with BBLs, and one thing I realized, it get better with time. They get the surgery, it look a little botchy, then they gotta go, you know what I'm saying, eat some Popeyes and shit, and you gotta like feel that shit out because your
Would
leg,
have smoothed it so it'd look more consistent because it
right
looks
with the
like
body. Yeah, when they gain weight, it look more better. But when they first do it, I think it just come off like that. But and she did too. She like 185 now. Like I'm trying to get her to come to Chicago now. You know what I'm saying? That be like. But back then, I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of guys that like it, but when you've been dating a lot of, I'm a little picky. It is what it is. Women picky. I'm picky. It is what it is. You know,
so they said the thighs start to match after a while.
the thighs start to match after a while. Don't lose hope. Just keep going to Wendy's and getting the 4 for 4. Don't go to the gym. Don't sweat. None of that. Just keep eating. Gain you about 50 pounds, and you're gonna
But
be
what
all right.
happens when you do it too much? Because there's some women that do it just to get back to the old body again. So it's got to be a
I
lot.
know.
Dominique, now you telling women to eat the Popeyes, and then you don't want them to be overweight. So you want them to stop right when they get right, and then don't go no further.
Tone from there.
I mean, but that's just my personal preferences. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Preferences. If you don't want to, you know, but I think I am somebody to listen to because a lot of, whether people like to believe it or not, a lot of women will consider me a quality man. I'm 6'4". I'm good looking. I have my shit together. Like that ain't common. You walk down the street, niggas ain't tall, niggas ain't good, niggas ain't nice, gentlemen. And I'm loyal too. I'm loyal on my phone, unlocked, everything. So if you want a quality man, listen when quality man speaks sometimes. Y'all gotta stop being so debative. When I look at women like you, every time you speak, I'm like, you know what she's talking about. I don't have no problem doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because I just can sense that you got some type of, you know what I'm saying, quality to you, you know what I'm saying? So the truth hurts, you know. So
it does. That makes sense.
But y'all the ones looking for a man though. But don't never want to listen. You know what I'm saying? So don't listen to me. Who am I? You dig?
So no, Dominique. So because Kendra talks about that a lot. So the women like 6 feet, earning 6 figures, and with a 6-pack, and you're hitting all those.
Oh man, good thing Mo up in here, boy. I was finna show my eyes because I just got to it with Jesse Wu. Boy, I was finna do it, boy. Cause Jesse Wu said I was fat and all that. So yeah, we beefing right now. But yeah.
So you good though.
I was bloated on Tasha K. I just did Tasha K and I was a little bloated, so everybody calling me fat right now. But yeah. Nigga, my stomach hurt, nigga. I've been in the gym like a motherfucker.
So we'll move on from that. But it didn't seem like Alexis was necessarily your type. You said you would have went on there with somebody else. From the people in the house, there was a lot of drama with Diamond and Aaron, right? That was most of the drama, and there was also an age gap there.
Right.
Were you able to see that, because you guys left pretty soon? But did you see the issue starting with Aaron and Diamond, and what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, as soon as they came in, they got right to business. I was on live the other day and I asked Diamond, I said, were y'all like plants? Were y'all like actors or something like that?
Yeah.
Because y'all just seemed really invested. You know, they came through the door. Aaron wasn't shy at all. Big Aaron, he sat right down next to us with them color painted nails, and we just started roasting his ass. They cut that shit up. We started roasting. And then what's his girl named Diamond just started running off with the girls, like, you know, mother duck goose and all that, and just was like, you know, come on, tell me, baby. I seen them because when I walked up to the living room, Lexi was sitting next to her, and as soon as I walked up, Lexi was like, get away. I'm like, what the fuck? She hushed me away. I'm like, okay, she must be, you know, hitting up with the TT shit. So they definitely played the uncle and the nosy uncle and auntie for sure first days when I was there. But it is what it is, though. They get mad when somebody say that. It is what it is. Y'all was nosy.
They did. It continued through the whole
show.
Through the whole show. What about Chris? What was because Chris and Greg? Oh my God. Chris and Greg we call it the battle of the models because they both are very Greg doesn't necessarily come off like that. But when you look at his pay, he's obviously an actor and a model.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is definitely,
now I think about it, I would think that you and Chris might clash a little bit if you would have stayed longer.
If I would have stayed, that's what you think. I was thinking about that too. Like who I would have
because I'm picking that up. The more I think about it now, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I did pick up the fact that he said him and Josh were the only real ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So, he said,
me and Chris clicked real heavy when he first came in. If y'all see that scene when he was at the table and he started talking about Sandia and all that, that's when Chris first opened his mouth up and everybody said you egged him on because they should have kept that whole conversation there because we got deep. And every female that came down there, they left crying. Every single one. Sandia, Lexi, you know what I'm saying? It was just back to back. And they was coming like,
but why though? Why would they do?
Because we had established to everybody that it was 3 a.m. and we had spent all day with them. And we was like, this guy time. We had the dominoes out. When you see some dominoes out and a whole bunch of niggas in flip flops, just walk away. Let your, we look like that setup at Bernie Mac basement when it was all the niggas. Like, we had the Bernie Mac setup going on. We was gossiping and getting a note, just having a bro time. So they was forcing their way up in there. And Sandia just set up. Man, she said with that blanket wrapped around her, man. I looked back, Chris was going in. I said, God damn, man. But Chris got a lot of points, whatever, but he feel like how I feel. He's just a little bit more assertive with it. He feel like he really is an alpha male. He do get money. He model. And he has been in relationships a lot of his 20s, like I was too. So I feel like people, when they see a man act like that, they're like, why is he so angry? It's the same reason why the black woman be angry, because somebody know they got a lot to give, a lot of love to give. And they just trying to make sure, you understand that, like, I'm not a regular guy or whatever, but as the show progressed or whatever, he just got that shit in him. He say stuff with his chest. He feel like he's traditional as hell, like old biblical traditional, like don't overspeak me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little more loose. I'm a little more loose. I'm used to getting swung on and shit, all that. So I'm a little more chill, like, but.
So why would you? He seemed like, now I give him credit for not coming back at Millie when she called him bitch numerous times, but he seemed like he's able to do that more towards women than men. So like, why so much? Why so serious and so, like, if the girl Sandia, he says Sandia is the sweetest person in the world. I think we all agree from what we saw from her, she just seems like a sweetheart. Why would you want to make her cry though? Like, why?
Man, I don't know, but you know what Jessie Wu said? She said that they both are Haitian.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that when they said that, I said, okay, there you go. It's something we probably don't understand. Yeah. They women. I was around one Haitian couple and the girl had her head down, and he was like, I said, why she got her head down? He said, she can't even look at you. Oh. She can't even look at you. I was like, oh shit. Some voodoo going on. Well, yeah, but they pushing P for real. I mean, I kind of admire it to an extent, but then sometimes I'll be like, man, what that look crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But everybody she probably want to be treated like. We don't know. Have y'all interviewed her? Has anybody ever?
We didn't know. I don't even know if she's still. I haven't seen anybody interview her. I know she's a nurse. She's actually like
nurse. Yeah,
doing her thing. But I do feel like Chris gave her a lot of props. Like, he really spoke highly of her, and I feel like women. The goal is you want a man to feel like that about you, right? That's the goal. So, and I also appreciate the fact that she was acting as a lady, and a lot of the other women were going back and forth. Just from your perspective, would you being on Kendra G and being this, I guess a bachelor in demand, what is the issue what is happening? What is the issue from you guys? How old are you?
I'm 32.
Perfect. What is the problem with the women that are like, it's a lot of the women in the house they had issues, like a lot of therapy, they had trauma.
Yeah, that's typical.
But why do you think the women are so angry and defensive?
I think it's just they still learning. It's like hunger. I mean, growing pains or whatever. Growing pains. They say 25 when you really tap into your intellect. And then I feel like 35 is when, like 25 to 35 is just that roller coaster of grown folk life. You know what I'm saying? You figuring yourself out. But that calm don't really kick in until, and I'm starting to feel that calm. That calm that I don't give a F, you know what I'm saying, started to kick in. Like all that bitterness, we hold a lot of bitterness between those ages because you mad. It's all everybody else's fault. It's everything that ever happened to you is somebody else's fault. And everybody got to walk around with a chip on their shoulder. So me, I've been through probably worse than, no offense to nobody in the house. I had the worst childhood from that house, period. But you're going to see me smiling much more on the regular because I'm getting older and I'm just starting to realize, you got to smell the flowers and I move over. So all that bitterness and anger y'all saw coming from the women, that's because they just mad about that come from the old dudes made them that way. Relationships is the most character building stuff you can do in your adulthood besides the childhood. Parents, when you get with somebody and y'all leave, y'all just raised each other. Y'all leaving with talking the same a little bit, all kind of stuff, theories. Messed up your whole way of thinking. So, I wouldn't take it personal because it's just coming from Lexi bugged up on me and got gangster probably because she had to do that with that last dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's all just leftover debris, but shit,
that's a good way of putting it. Let me ask you this though, because we talked, Greg, shared a little bit about his past. You saying that you had a difficult childhood. So understanding that and how it hit you, what do you need in a woman? Like for one that you settle down with, so that it's a good fit for you, knowing who, just your makeup, just who you are mentally and everything. What qualities does Dominique need in a woman in order to make him, to bring out the best in him?
Great question.
I think, well, first of all, I'm canceled. So women be scared of me now. They're like, don't beat me up. And I'm like, but anywho, but no, they still rocking with me. What I was gonna say? Shit, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Really, they just gotta be calm. I can't date nobody. I want to date somebody from the hood like me, that grew up a little rough like me, and that turned it around like me, so they can have both of those. Because I'm bougie as hell, and I live in Hyde Park. Like Barack Obama house is like a block away. Like this is the only black wealthy neighborhood in Chicago. Just look it up. It's called Hyde Park. Black millionaires all day. It's crazy. But I'm not used to that, you know what I'm saying? So I be dating women over here, they be having PhDs and all that. It just be I crack a soul plane joke or a belly joke. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm like, damn, they can't, so I be like,
are they black and they don't know?
Girl, they black, but they ain't black. They grew up with money. Just look up Hyde Park. They grow up. They.
No, I'm familiar with the area.
Okay, my bad.
Ohio, but I'm asking because I know a lot of women. I'm in Atlanta now. There's a lot of women. Most of my friends are very, very doing very well. They're very well off, very educated, but we still know belly and we still know soul plane. Like it's a balance. Most of us that you don't think so. Maybe it's the age that
they not though. They ain't the average. It's never really in the middle. It's always either too much or too less. It's different, genres in life. I hate when I meet somebody and they just so narrow. Like, oh, I'm just doing this and this all I know. It's like, don't you want to learn new stuff? I got Chinese friends. We be in Chinatown. Like I love going around. I'm like a freaking chameleon, man. I just hate when I meet the type of woman that has the foundation that like my mom and them say go for degrees, this, that, and third. It just don't be having the other stuff, the fun stuff, you know what I'm saying? So they can't relate. I'm over here talking about how my daddy sold crack and feds kick the dough in and they just sitting there looking like, it's like rub my back, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What do you roll a blunt or something like damn.
What gives you? Because a lot of people that come from that background are not able to do that, right? So there's something about you that does enable you to want to learn and be open. Because there's some people that come from the hood that don't want to be around anyone else, right? They want to stay in that area. So obviously there's something in you that wants that, and then also, someone that you could have a lot in common with somebody, but they may not have had that same upbringing. It sounds like just because of what you're doing now, someone that's ambitious, someone that's overcome obstacles. Like, what do you think it is about you that made you different than probably some of the people that you were around growing up?
My mom got a white boyfriend. Now this is the truth, man. His name was Jim. We was in the trenches, and he had a son with this lady that was got on hard drugs or whatever, and he used to bring him over, So he got a white daddy, so he doing all kind of shit that I ain't never. The Beatles, we skateboarding, we going to freaking. He took me places and seen that in the hood. You don't leave a 4-5 block radius. You don't go nowhere.
Right.
Nowhere. I ain't go downtown Chicago till I didn't leave the hood till I was 20.
And
Grown ass man. I stayed in a 6-block radius for 20 years.
Yeah. No, that's normal. That's normal in
That's normal.
hoods. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. Everything was there, and then you trying to make money all day. So when he came around, he just showed me a different outlook, and I just literally would watch TV with him. I was just still remembering now, but I didn't even think it was different people in the world. Like there's so many different things out here, It just opened, it just sparked that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but a lot of people from my neighborhood, they see that the same things I saw, experience that, and they don't get that spark. So I guess it got to be like you got to have it in you a little bit already, like the receptors, to be able to receive that, like that full spectrum of life. But I just had it in me, and I thank God every day. I'll scratch all this. This ain't nothing to push in the kitchen, all that, and scratch that. I used to sleep in abandoned buildings. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm grateful every day. I don't give a damn. Like so, that's what separates me. Like I'm super grateful. So. I know how worse it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to eating bologna sandwiches in the county, you know what I'm saying? So I'm eating in Hyde Park with millionaires. Like I always got a smile on my face. Even when that happened, all that ridicule, I said, well, it's better than being in jail, you know what I'm saying? So like I just always find a way to look on the bright side because I come from that. But I wish everybody else would kind of do that too, because depression level nowadays is ridiculous. Everybody I meet, and what Aaron was saying, he ain't lying. Our girls that we date, they aggressive, and then they always got financial stuff going on. Literally, the last 3 girls I just tried to date, they just crying and whining about bills. Like, damn, black folks.
They trying to get over on y'all because I saw this thing that amazed me. But I used to represent this girl that was like a socialite, and she is a professional. She literally finds guys with money. Like that's what she does.
Right.
But she put together this book, and it's called Goddess Scripts. And in the book, it tells girls what to say to get money from guys.
What?
It says, so one of the guys, so I was like, I got to read this. This is crazy. So one of the things it said is like, when you get on the phone with him, act like you're upset, act like you're crying. And he's going to, because men are fixers, he's going to try to figure out what's wrong. And at first, don't say anything. And then when he gets it out of you, just tell him that so do you think the girls are all struggling with their money, or you think they're just trying to run game?
I don't see it. I don't see it on all spectrums. I don't see women that got money. They got money, and they want your money too. I don't see women who's like really, really broke or whatever, and they really ain't got no money, and they just need some money. Like they bills, like Aaron was saying, 3 months behind due. And I ain't gonna lie, I come from where I come from. I done met women and been like, I help a super duper broke woman before I help somebody that's just, I know you got money, you just want some more money. So you can go to your group chat, talk to your friends about it. But our generation of women that's told to get the money, and they want that money fast at the door. 1 week, you got a 1 week, 2 week minimum to spend some money. Okay, especially the type of women I like to date like 8s and up and shit. So I know I got a 1-2 week minimum to send that cash out. It got to be like somewhere like around $300 to $500.
They asking. Hold up, they're asking for cash apps. Are you serious?
Cash out, yeah. Just to solidify the position, like.
Oh, you're okay with that? Like if they are 8+ or 9, then it's okay. You will go ahead and send the cash app.
Well, you know why I'm okay with it, because I know that I'm just about to have some fun, for the most part. Because I know you ain't shit. You doing this, you treat me like this. So my get back is getting what I want, And then guess what they always do? Because women are, emotional creatures. Guess what they do? They end up trying to play me like that, and then now they like, no, I just want to be around you. I love you for real. I don't want no money. They're trying to trick back on me now. It's like, nah, you started off bogus. I only want to hear money in the beginning. Who got money talk about money? I always say that. Who got money talk about money?
Nobody. Yeah.
They just got money, and we gonna spend some money. You ain't gotta say nothing, baby. Just let the man be the man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's just, they talking about it too much. Like
I don't know. We gotta do some. Maybe we need to do something else, because women, first of all, that's just bad game. That's not good game anyway. Because now he's gonna put you in a box. It's horrible. It's not good.
It is. We talked about that earlier, Chris.
Yeah, like come on now. That. But it comes from a lot of hurt and trying to prove who you are. How were you able to adjust? Because I know it can be difficult. A lot of people have imposter syndrome, right? So that when you come from humble beginnings, like both of us did as well, then it's like you get to a certain level, and it's like it's hard sometimes to really feel like you deserve it or feel like internally that you really, are here. And that's why a lot of people, it's funny that I know a lot of very successful people that feel comfortable going back where they're from, but what they learn is where you're from don't really want you no more. They feel some kind of way about you. So how are you able to like really transition and handle that at 32?
It's like that. I feel like I'm in between. I feel like I'm Blade or something. I'm like a daywalker. I'm like a vampire, but a human a little bit, because when I go back to my old hood, whoever ain't dead or in jail, they look at me like I'm just the bougiest thing on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago, the inner city's got real thick, strong accents. People don't know that. If I was talking to another Chicagoan right now, you wouldn't even understand what we were saying.
Yeah.
They just don't know nothing. They don't know no better. So they'll see me and be like, "Oh, Hollywood," or they go Nick, little, bougie. They used to call me white boy when I was little, just because I was a little light skinned and had some good hair. Like, but when I go around my bougie black friends or white friends, they think I'm just Tupac, the most ghettoest thing they ever seen in life. And I'm like, this is insane. I don't fit nowhere. Yeah. I got a little bit of both. I really know how to act. I'm not going out embarrassing nobody. I'm in the best restaurants. We out of town. White rich people actually like me a lot. We get drunk, they be down, I'm a drink, So I can't bring phone them over there to the bar with me to drink with my rich white friends. They gonna mess it up.
Yes.
They don't even know what the hell we talking about. We talking about real estate and business funding and shit. They can't keep up. So it do feel weird, but I just knew when I had my daughter. I was in the county. I was in there for about 8 months, and I got caught with like 7-8 pounds. I was just gonna go sell it. And I was being flashy and shit. And then I was doing that time. Then I talked to my daughter on the phone. The first time I talked to my daughter on the phone, I just broke down. I was like, this can't be it. So that for me, that's why I don't understand some of my peers today. They constantly going back in, and we got kids, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can't sleep like that.
You have one daughter?
I got 2 daughters. My big baby 8 years old. And I've been a girl dad for 8 years strong, man. Y'all wouldn't believe how much parenting skills that I have. The nigga with the face tattoos. People talking about everybody want to attack somebody's character, but it's just certain things that you do that overshines other things. Y'all want to, crucify me about a push when I got a push back, when I got pushed first and verbally abused for like 12 hours.
Well, we didn't see that. So that editing did a disservice, and the way that it was handled afterwards. And then quite honestly, if you come on live with the girl that you were involved in it with,
right,
what it seems like is that you were abusive, and a lot of women are okay with it. That's
how it looked when y'all saw me with her.
Yes. Did you not see the comments?
No, I mean, y'all just do that to me anyways, just because how I look. Like if I was
no.
Y'all think I finessed her to say whatever she needed to say?
That's what a lot of people felt like, Dominique, because of the situation, a lot that happens to a lot of women. I'm sure women that have been in situations like that.
Y'all reaching, man, goddamn.
No, but it's not y'all. It's just what you were on television, they edited. We did not see that we didn't know that till Josh came here and straightened everything up. Right?
Go by what we seen. Only thing we saw, we don't see it on the editing floor. Only thing we saw was on that. So that's what they showed us. We just judging it based on that.
Right. And after that, she had a conversation with Taronda, and she never acknowledged, at least not in the edit that we saw, that she was involved either.
When I seen that, my soul left my body. Knowing me sitting, I'm telling y'all, man, me sitting up and around here knowing that she know that she verbally did what she did all day. Right. And then knowing how she called me out my name 8-9 different times, said she was gonna get her dad and brother to come up to Chicago and beat me up. It was threats too. Chicago dude, we really hate that too. Like my mama whole saying is, if you finna call somebody, I might as well whoop you now. My mama always said, because Chicago people for everything. I'm finna call somebody, I'm finna call somebody. So it was just a lot of verbal. And then, like I said, when I stood up, just trying to de-escalate it, to know that she contributed to all that shoving, all that and swinging. She punched me in the face, for God's sake. To know that she did all that, and to be crying like she was on Dr. Phil the next day, man, I confronted her about that, and I was like, why would you do all that goddamn crying like you ain't no gangster?
But see, what I would have said to you, I was an entertainment publicist for years, and that's why I have experience on reality television. If she threw you under the bus, right? When she went and talked to Taronda, she threw you under the bus. then you came back with her, both of y'all together. So it made it look like everything she said was right. Because if she was wrong and threw you under the bus, why are y'all clicked up? So and forget publicists. If it was my brother, I'd have been like, nah, she played you. You don't need to be on a live with her. You need to tell your story because you're still. It looked like you were still protecting. Looked like y'all were protecting each other, but you're the only person that we saw do anything.
Or it looked like you guys were in cahoots. That's when this whole thing fake came. You see what I'm saying?
That looks super lame for a dude to do. Like, why would you be in cahoots with a fake match? Like, it to me, if she says it and it's not true, then you should have came and told your story by yourself. Clicking up with the person that threw you under the bus is not the best strategy.
A lot of people said that too.
Yeah.
But I was really trying to show y'all how calm I was. I'm like, little do they know, I'm like Aaron. We used to this. We just kind of like, I bark back a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a bean. If it do I am the type of dude to get up in your face and be like, "Is you cool? Is you okay?" Like, you get a little crazy. Like, I like to just get in your face. And that's what everything I'm saying is so true because you saw it in there. I didn't just jump up and we didn't I got in her face. Typically, that's when they calm down. Some women, they don't know, they want a man to stand up and be like, "All right, stop playing with me." You know what I'm saying? Like, usually that works.
Stuff, so it's never gonna go the right way though. Because if any woman that wants you to do all that, trust and believe, y'all gonna get into it, and then she gonna call the police or she gonna tell somebody. You're gonna. That's not the type of woman that you really want. You know what I mean?
I know that. It's just I'm stuck in a mansion in Calabasas, y'all. I'm not at the crib, and I'm getting paid, and I'm trying to it's 50-50.
You gotta. If you're at a certain level, then you have to get a woman that's at a certain level too. Or
it ain't. You don't know nobody till 6 months in. Everybody put on the front in the beginning, and then 6 months later, folks get comfortable. Now here come the little.
But Dominic, for real? 6 months is a long time. In order for you to have been able to survive Chicago and be where you are now, you have to be a pretty good judge of character. You got to be able to tell. Like, that's the first thing that comes with people from the.
I didn't see that one coming, y'all. That's what I'm looking at. Damn, my third eye messed up or something. I didn't. And there's no diss against her. Every time, like I said, the castmates, I know I'm gonna get some calls. I'm not dissing. I just call it for what it is. You are from New York. I think the Bronx specifically. Man, you just got a little rah-rah in you. If I would have peeped that she had some rah-rah in her, I'd be like, okay, let me pick somebody else. Because I just had one viral. Producers called me and said, have you been talking to somebody that you never met? I'm in DMs all day long. I'm talking to girls all across the world. I could have picked anybody.
What made you pick her?
Great question.
She was just the first message I saw. When I went to my because when producers hit you up, this ain't common that you get picked for stuff like this. So I felt like it was time. It was time, it was like the time was crunching. So I was like, me hurry up and hit up and so we can submit our stuff because they asking about me because I just had one viral. So but I do regret it, So
where was your 8 then?
Say it again.
Where was your 8 then? You said you dealing with 8s.
Nigga, I mean my
No, you good, brother. I'm just saying. Where was your 8 picking?
I'm looking at pictures. I'm looking at pictures, gang. I'm looking at pictures. I'm looking at pictures, and a lot of women, they alter pictures.
I get it.
Yeah, they got the apps. My baby mommy do it right in front of me. She'll slide over, and everything was different. Face contour, waist small. I said, "How you do that?" And she's like, "The app free too." I said, "It's free." They do one swipe and the whole thing just changed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this because I appreciate you being honest on that live with on the Instagram live with Monica because we just had Aaron Mack on here. I'm not gonna call him little Aaron or baby Aaron. I don't like when people call him that. And then Aaron H. So obviously, I'm from Toledo. I have family in Detroit and Chicago. I don't, and I'm not far from Aaron's age. So I've never seen a man say that that's just how we wear gel nail with an accent in Chicago. Like maybe Chicago has changed.
Nah,
y'all gotta come. I'll take y'all around Chicago. I know everybody. Like, I'll show y'all what Chicago hitting on. I've been here all my life. But what was you trying to get to?
I'm trying to figure out because I felt like to me that just looked like it was that he was bisexual at the least.
Well, you
At
know,
bare minimum. But and faking it. And I have no problem. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. My problem is when people are lying and trying to masquerade something else. So I felt like it was some BS because it's just not. And then he said that he did say he was from Detroit, and which is even worse because that's literally 15 minutes from where I'm from. So all my family's in Detroit and Toledo, and I just don't know anybody like that. I do know some pimps, but they don't move like that. They don't move anything like that.
Said he used to be a stripper, and then when he came back on, he said, "Yeah, he stripped for Bachelorette and Bachelor."
You talking about Big Aaron?
Yeah.
Man, if he don't get his big freak.
He said that he did. Aaron is in the chat. Aaron, I'm just asking.
No, we cool now, Aaron. But I'm gonna crack my jokes. They don't like when I crack jokes. It is what it is, gang. He was a stripper. We gonna laugh at it a little bit, but Aaron real confident though, so he don't give a damn what we say.
He's very confident, and he also did say he was very freaky.
For sure, he's sucking toes on in 4K.
He was. He was. I have never seen anybody suck a toe like that in my life. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was like something else. I was like,
man, I was looking at the motherfucker. I was looking at the casting director like, what you had in mind, baby? Because this a odd bunch in here. You got old Inglewood over here, and then you got. I'm just trying to see what she was trying to do, but show got over 5 million views, and it's the second season, so they must have been thinking right. So overall, the show is a success, whether people hate it or not.
It was, but I also think it was a success because it was just some outlandish stuff, right?
Outlandish.
But I feel like people are taking it because I saw some of the cast saying, I did that, but it's a show that the purpose of the reality show is to play you so they get ratings. It's not necessarily.
They played all us like a fiddle.
Yeah, so it's not like the ratings are because people are really locked in. It's really like it's a way to get to the next season and get people, and now they're gonna have to have some more outrageous stuff to keep people going. So I hope that people get like when you go on a reality show, you really got to figure out because you're gonna get played because you are not an executive producer, so that you're not going to know what they show. You're not going to have any control over how you're portrayed. So you really can't give them stuff that allows them to play with you, which everybody's going to do. Right?
Give you a quick example. I don't want to cut you off, but real quick to give you an example. So why the cameras is in my face? If I would have let y'all, if the world would have saw her flirting for guys in front of me 8-9 different times, then coming downstairs at 3 a.m. and doubling down like, yeah, it's whatever. Ooh. Y'all have been looking at me like how y'all looking at Aaron. Y'all have been looking at me how y'all looking at Brandon. If she just would have pushed me and I ain't pushed her back, everybody been like, you know what I'm saying? But since I pushed back, they said, all right, cool, we cutting all that out. We just gonna put her saying one comment and that's it. He just lose his mind. I prayed, I cooked dinner for everybody, had everybody laugh. I'm the life of the party. And made everybody pray. I de-escalated like 2-3. It was gonna be 2-3 different fights between the guys and the girl. I de-escalated, but all 3 of them. I stood up. Hey, y'all, we ain't doing that. They ain't showing none of that because they knew that I had to be the bad guy. Uh-huh. We did like 10 different yoga poses. I do yoga for real. I know it's funny, but I like to get high and do yoga again. Like I'm 6'4", my back be hurting. I'm chasing kids all day. They cut out.
I want to say this, and I want Mo to chime in on that because from a man's perspective, I don't think it's necessarily like if whatever woman says, words do hurt us, but at the end of the day, I'm sure you weren't really vested in that chick. So her talking is one thing. The problem is her putting her hands on you. So if she's talking and flirting with other guys, it's hella disrespectful. But it's also like it ain't like that was your chick. It ain't like she hurts you.
I disagree respectfully, Christal. I used to feel that way. Words is just words. But now I see growing up in Chicago, man. You know how many people I know died behind some words.
But that's
words is powerful.
I'm not saying that they don't hurt, but I'm saying I don't, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that Alexis could hurt you with her words. Maybe her ego.
When there's cameras on me and 4 million plus people from to watch it, and I know that, I gotta represent. It wasn't that I wasn't. That's what everybody say. Why you care? You ain't like her.
Right.
You care that she's embarrassing me in front of my everybody. I gotta go back home. Like I said, if it would have went the other way, y'all been cracking jokes on me. I was damned if I do, if I didn't. When she started cutting up,
yeah,
I literally could have cried because I was like, oh my God, I wanted to come here. This was a vacation. I've been through a lot. I mean, Calabasas, everything paid for, and I knew that it was going downhill from there, and I knew it wasn't going to be the same because I don't know. I just knew I was damned if I did or didn't, And who's to say? Look at everybody else. It wasn't going to keep going on. I didn't want to leave there with that type of rap sheet. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm very, very, very respectful. I was with my baby mama for like 5 years. I called her a B like one time. I don't even use the B word. And I was 8 in one night. So words mean a lot to me. I was standing on 55th and Shields, my old block. Somebody look it up. And MSNBC came down the street with some cameras and was like, "Can we do an interview?" They said, "What's the thing you hate most about living in Inglewood?" I said, "The way we talk to each other." I said, "The way we begin to talk to each other, we talk at each other. That's what starts all the bullshit." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Black people, are the most disrespectful about it. They in the comments right now talking about me, probably my kids, my mom, everything. We have come so accustomed to verbally abusing each other, and then when somebody get up and do what I do, DV, he's crazy. No, watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting better with that. But yeah, I'm big on watch your mouth, or you gotta watch your mouth around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't get into nothing. Everybody around me is respectful. All my friends is doing things. I only go around very respectful people. Yeah. I have not gotten into anything because I know who to go around. Like you said, I read Alexis wrong. I didn't know she had that New York in her like that. So they do a lot of this in New York. In Chicago, we do a lot of action. We probably got like 2-3 things to say to you, and then next thing you know, we on your heels. You know what I'm saying? I think they do a lot of, everybody in New York because they do a lot of. I'm not used to that. So I don't know. I slipped up, and I regret it, but I kind of don't. You know what I'm saying? I kind of don't because I know me. I know when I date classy women, it'd be cool.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. Never had an issue. I could bring up 100 women in here on day that they don't do that, and we don't never get that. Yeah. They're not gonna compliment no other guy while we outside. I ain't complimenting no other female. I don't even turn my head. That awkward moment we cross past somebody, and you want to look back a look. I don't even do the look back. I make sure you comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm giving all that respect. I expect it back. You know what I'm saying? Because Sienna tried to take me in a freaking workout room when I first got there and get it on, and I said no. Me and her had to talk. We weren't gonna disrespect each other, especially on national television. I could have snuck off with Sienna and got right. If I was on demon time, and that's what I'm used to. I'm trying to carry myself with some more respect. So I ain't the person to play with like that. Because if you don't like me, one of your friends gonna like me. All y'all in here talking shit right now, probably talking shit. I bet you one of your friends gonna fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Your mama might cook for me.
Well,
I'm a good guy. While y'all talking crazy. You want to be your stepdaddy? They want to attack my character, but
But I don't think. But see, I think you got to understand though, Dominique. It ain't that. It's how. It's really. If there's anybody to blame, it's the edit.
Production,
because we didn't see. People are only speaking on what they saw, and respectfully, you're a girl dad, right?
Yeah.
If you saw that edit with one of your daughters, then what?
I Inglewood time. Mighty Morphin Inglewood time, you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I said it was wrong. But then again, my daughter not gonna do none of what Alexis did.
But I'm saying the edit, we don't know what the edit meant. We didn't really see. All we saw was a hoochie daddy short. We didn't see, and we saw it 2 times. We didn't see all that. So if you saw, I'm just saying you got to look at the viewers are only responding to what they saw. They don't know you. You know what I mean?
Like, it really sucks too.
And I think the biggest thing the ladies had a problem with is that the apology. That was the thing, because it was like,
dude, do you know?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do you know when from the hit? I looked up. This made me do. It made me look up the history of people messing up and apologizing real hard, crying and all that, and the camera, celebrities or whatever. It don't help. Everybody just say just apologize and it'll be okay. You apologize and they still drag you. You know, I seen work better for people when you stand on it. Blueface, everybody was trying to get on Blueface, and then he just kept standing on it like, hey, she swung on me, I'm swinging back. But then they turned to the
audience. That's a different audience.
I know. I wasn't for on. I don't even know why they called me.
Okay.
I'm for Zeus. I'm a Zeus nigga. We throwing, you know.
Keep it real though. He keep it real. Hey.
I'm not no on type of nigga. I was pacing back and forth with my blood in my hand. I'm like, what the hell I'm finna do on network? And sure enough, first day I made the girl go get me some weed. I was outside smoking, shooting dice and shit.
Now, somebody's I think it was Josh. It was Josh said that there were other people hooking up in the house. Obviously, you just shared with us that Sienna tried to holler at you. It was clear that Sienna was not into Brandon.
That's my little boo. I'm telling y'all, hey, listen to me. I know a lot of the girls' hair wasn't done. I hated that too. But Sienna is fine as hell in real life. For real.
Hey, whoever likes whoever. Aaron said that Jody was fine and her hair was great. And it is what it is, you know? And that's what he likes. Everybody should like what they like. It's all good, you know?
Yeah. But you said they was hooking up. What happened?
I'm asking, is there who else would we be surprised? We also heard that Millie and Greg weren't really together. That was like
Millie was like a last minute replacement.
A second choice that he had somebody else.
Well, they could have fooled me because when they got in the house, they was the first night, they was just rocking and rolling. They wasn't very much talkative. She was kind of quiet, Greg kind of quiet, but they was like shoulder to shoulder. You know, they was like the best couple in there, like vibe wise. They could have fooled me because
how could it be more than Josh and Shay? Because every time we saw them, they were all over each other.
Oh yeah, Josh and Shay too. My fault. Yeah, but what I was gonna say, damn, Greg. Oh yeah, so when I got sent home. I think even before the show aired, I DM Millie trying to holler. I'm jumping in the DMs, you heard? I'm like, what's up? Come on to Chicago. I'm gonna get you some Harold's chicken. We gonna figure it out. And Greg, as soon as I exited out, Greg hit me up with a paragraph. Man, get your ass on. It's my girlfriend. We for real. We serious about what we got going on.
Yeah.
Going somewhere she don't want you. And it looked sincere. Like, I don't know if they was playing the role for me, but he was hushing me out her inboxes. I respect it. I said, all right, light skin. I know how light skins get about that girl. I know how we get. So I was like, let me go and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
We should have had, you should have been able to, minus the incident, but I think you would have been good throughout the show.
It would have been my show. I'm the most interested. I mean, oh shit, I keep dissing everybody. Damn it. I just feel like I'm very interested. Anybody that knows me in real life, they know I'm lit. I'm real lit.
Well, let me ask you this. Chris made a statement that he didn't think any of the other girls on the show were attractive except Sandia. Do you think he was being honest?
If he didn't get into it with Millie, because Millie is perfect in Do you hear me? She's like a mermaid that came out the water and took the damn thing off the bottom. You know what I'm saying? She is a straight 10. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that about all kinds of women, whatever. And Millie had a rough life too. You know what I'm saying? Her whole family, like, she's like the only light-skinned one. So I know that I'm like the only light-skinned person in my family. She had a rough, man. So, and we talked about that. So people always talk about your looks all the time. It's overwhelming too. So the way that y'all might think she feel about her look, she don't. She actually a real person. And that made me more attracted to her even more. And the first night I came there, I fried some catfish and made some spaghetti. And listen, I fried because that's what we do in Chicago. And for everybody, and I gave her plate first.
So you were being disrespectful too.
Hey, nigga. I was like, you hungry, babe? I mean, Millie. I fed her expeditiously. Put a little extra on there too for her.
You are hilarious. You are hilarious. But you think maybe that's why Chris was so upset? Because they were going back and forth. I thought, well, maybe because they were really like at each other and it was weird, the energy.
I think it got a lot to do with her being an alpha woman and him being an alpha male. I don't know exactly what Chris got his like beliefs and like views on women from. I think, like I said, I think it got a lot to do with his heritage, his ethnicity.
Well, he had a bad situation. He got cheated on by a girl in the past. Oh, yeah. He said that all the girls in Miami are just out for money and trying to.
Right. Yeah. Then he in Miami, so he got some reasoning behind his. And then Millie, as you can see, she don't have to fight some fights before. Yeah. She's from Jersey, like she says. I'm from Jersey. She told me out her mouth, like I ain't no stranger to danger. I got into it with a lot of niggas growing up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she was comfortable with calling him out his name. And it looked like it looked like the scene with me and Lex a little bit. Everybody got on me. That scene looked real similar to my scene. The big Aaron was trying to fight Diamond's sister, whoever. That scene looked. They was coming towards them. Folks had to hold them back. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they wrong like me. I'm just saying like stuff happens, as you can see. Like it wasn't like.
Yeah, but then also like sometimes people, and I'm not saying that Aaron was doing this, but I've seen some people on reality shows are like, hold me back, and then if the producer lets them go, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
I just feel like I don't feel like it was a lot of smoke coming from either side. I was just
Millie is really good looking in person. Sandia actually is. She looks better than she looks on that show. Everybody was getting on Sandia too. Man, she don't even gotta do nothing. Like she looks like a little Gucci model. You know, they be getting like them like foreigners to like do like in her little ways, everything. Like she is shaped like a Coke bottle. And her face and her skin is really pretty. Her, Millie, and then Sandia. Yeah, those are the three hotties for real. I wish they would have had makeup and hair for everybody and all that. They spent a lot of money on us. I was pocket watching, so I was like, damn, y'all couldn't cut a little budget for the makeup and I'm an actual licensed barber. I had already told all the guys I'm cutting y'all hair. I seen all the guys' hair. Niggas had B2Bs and all that. I don't do that. So I was gonna be in there putting some pink lotion in heads and lining folks up. You know, so I wish it was a little bit. They did a little bit more, but everybody on the show got some. They pretty cool. Like when it comes to like in real life, everybody got like careers and stuff and all that. But yeah, those are the three
girls.
Okay. Did you watch the whole series?
I didn't, bro. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I just came in and out a little bit. My name would get brought up here and there or whatever, and by the time the laundromat issue with Lexi and Josh came up, I watched that episode just to see what was going on. I'm talking to Josh and Lex on the phone. We all the castmates was beefing, group chats, Facebook groups, the producers.
Did you watch the interview before this with us interviewing Aaron?
Aaron. Yeah, I was watching.
Okay,
yeah.
Ask you this: was that the Aaron you saw at the house?
No, he actually seemed more like. Oh, he gonna. I mean, nigga, it is what it is. He seemed a little bit more masculine now around. You know, that nigga seemed a little bit more masculine now around. I guess he pissed off or something. I don't know, but yeah, he probably. I don't know. I've been around a couple guys like that before, and I don't know. I guess they just probably grew up around. Like my mama raised me. You know what I'm saying? I say stuff like child. You know what I'm saying? I say stuff like
same thing.
I say stuff that old women say. You know, because I grew around women.
But Dominique, that's not the same thing. I'm just saying, that's not the same thing. I mentioned that in the interview. Like I do know, I had a friend in high school that was like that. He would do double judge with us and aerobics, and I was like, you know, it was like, well, he just was raised by his mom. Meanwhile, a lot of people were raised by their mom.
Half of the NFL and NBA was raised by their mom.
Hey, but a lot of them
people responded to, but you know, I respect what he said. I love the fact that he answered the question. But and we asked Aaron H that as well, because I'm just not used to dudes trying to match up their fedora with their nails and the axe. It just but one thing I will say, everybody has what they like.
Right.
And Diamond likes that, and God bless her. And there are some women that are into men that are bisexual or men that seem bisexual. So hey, everybody get it how you live. I have no problem with whatever a person is. The only reason that we even ask is because when you come on a reality TV, and people need to know that, like when you sign up for reality TV, you are saying, I'm willing to share my business. So then people are like, why are you asking? It's his business. Well, you signed up for a reality TV show. Like
TV, G. Like it's over with. Privacy over with. Like I be answering random questions outside. I know I'm kind of obligated to. These folks watch this whole season, paid that little $15 for HBO Max. And I be feeling they be fans. I be feeling obligated to answer questions with her. It's okay. Like people, that's what I told everybody. Like get out your feelings a little bit.
Yeah.
These folks can talk about you. Fortunately, my mama moved to like 8-9 different neighborhoods throughout. I'm used to just going to new settings and everybody talking about me. I don't know. Like, it just is what it is.
I mean, you can't expect to be on TV and everyone's going to say only nice things about you. That's just not realistic. They don't say Beyonce doesn't get on. If you look at Beyonce's comments, half of them are good, half of them are horrible, but she's Beyonce. She doesn't care.
Hey,
So
Chris.
you have to know that, and that's part of going into it. And I think they probably need to do like therapy sessions with people before they go in, because people act like mad surprised that people don't love me. Well, I mean, if you triggered something in somebody, or they saw a certain thing, we told Aaron it felt like to us that Jody was mean as hell to him.
Mean as hell. She from the West Side. I think I saw in the comments. All our West Side females crazy as hell. You better run. Call it what you want. They crazy.
But he didn't see it that way, so you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one last question about Josh and Shay. So Josh did seem really into Shay on the show.
Mm-hmm.
However, as soon as the show ended, we were surprised to hear that they had ended as well. And he did, you know, he definitely has gone through some things with losing his friend and everything like that.
Yeah, my condolences. Basine lost his homie.
Yeah, that's messed up. We offered our condolences, but I'm just wondering from your perspective, did you get that Josh was really into Shay as much, or that he was just excited to be there and it was a cool opportunity?
Yeah, they was lovebirds first day. They was all over each other. That's what got Lex mad at me. She was looking at them and looking at Greg and Millie, and
that'll do it.
Yeah, she was like, you know what? These niggas shorts, this nigga little wrinkly shorts starting to look good to me.
That's exactly what she's trying to make you jealous. She's trying to make you jealous because you know, as a female, you know when your dude is not into you. It's embarrassing. It's an ego. Women have egos too.
But I was just really feeling it out. People think I'm this hot boy. Like, I come around a female, I'm not super like big on like. I gotta feel you out. You know, my body not going. You know,
I guarantee you, had we saw you on camera with somebody else, it would have looked different. I promise you that. I don't even know you, but I promise you, it's just it's not even it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah,
you did not look happy.
But it's okay though. You know how many times men have to accept the fact that a woman don't like them.
That's what I be trying to tell Chris.
Why y'all feel so bad for her? What if I didn't like her? Oh well, like what the hell? Like
we do.
Women don't. Well, I would tell you, you all have big women's heads up so much that women feel like if they're sexy, especially if they get a BBL, that they are attractive to everybody. But once you grow up and you realize men do a lot of hyping you up. Just because he hyping you up don't mean he really is into you. But y'all do be hyping people up. And then then women feel like, I know I look good, I know I'm this, I know I'm that. But it's because of all the different guys will make little. I watched a guy I was with the other day say something to this girl, and she was just like, you know, she could tell her head went up. She was like, I know he's always flirting with me. And when she left, he was like, he wanted something from her. It was a business situation. He was like, I don't really like that body type. That's not for me. Like, he was very clear. And I was like, damn, he just really hyped her up for no reason. But y'all men do that all the time. I've been around them, so I know that. But
because it's called body shaming if we do the opposite, or we gay, or we it's the worst. It's just the worst. If y'all seen on what's her name, Tasha K, they dragging me right now. She just dropped that interview. They like, he's a body shamer. They start body shaming me back. I got like a 500 gay comments. I ain't never been called gay in my life. I ain't a gay bone in my body. But that's what happens when you say what you don't like about a woman that likes you on camera. Like, I'm like, y'all bogus. That's some real, like, that's real bogus. You know what I'm saying? Because if she would have said something about me, everybody would have just laughed.
That's true.
Am I wrong? Right.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Y'all keep playing victim and see how that play out for you. This is why I just pay that little money, have some fun, and get up out of there. You see what I'm saying?
I paid a little money.
Hey, man. I get it.
Don't get this cash out, but don't ask me nothing, man, because y'all be doing too much. And I got kids to raise, I got a business to build, and it just takes too much of your energy. Do you
want to get married one day, Dominique?
I don't think it's meant for me. The women, I'm gonna say this. Women don't. Women don't like me right now. Like they don't like me like me. They just like me. I'm Nick is who they call when it's time to go out. Nick is who they call when they want to bring a good looking guy around their friends, and they know I'm gonna have everybody laughing with some Patron or something. But nobody looks at me like, oh, I want to be his wife, you know, because they be like, I don't know. A lot of women be insecure a lot of different reasons. I don't know. It's just too much. It ain't used to be like this back in the day when I was dating. I don't remember being like this. But it's just a lot going on right now. Everybody ain't comfortable. Everybody insecure. Everybody bitter. I wouldn't even want to find nobody in it right now. It's crazy. Even if they say they is good later on down the road, like I said, it's always something that come up. I don't know. It's just too much going on, you know.
But I meant, would you want to later? Do you see value in actually getting married?
Man, y'all, I'm stuck in between, like, just being like Future and just having women, you know, having that understanding and just having women sliding through and having my daughters have some more kids. So I'll never be lonely. But I'm stuck in between just pushing P for the rest of my life. And then the other half of me, like, nah, I want a wife, I want to try it. I don't know, I'm like 60-40, and 60 is like, you might want to push some P just to, I'm happy right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I ain't tripping about my past. My future looking bright. I'm healthy. My chest ain't tight. I ain't sliding down the wall about nobody. You dig? So I like it. I like it here. You know, to be honest with you, all the real dark times come from our relationships. If you think about it, so it really kind of, you know, tricks me that people, like, we keep fighting for it so hard. You know,
that sometimes your peace be by yourself, and you
by
really
yourself.
Hold up, this feels better than being in that.
Yeah, and then guess what? I still can have relationships with a lot of these people, just a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good friend. You need something, you want to talk, whatever. But me putting my happiness in the for gamble based on, like, if I'm gonna go through your phone and then now I'm gonna be depressed for 3 weeks, miss work, kids looking like, because I went through that. I was so depressed about a woman, I'd be sitting spaced out. My kids would be like, Daddy. I was just hurt, but I had to get the kids. It was my turn. That shit rough, man. I ain't got time for that shit. Everybody.
Did you have a situation like Chris, where the woman was unfaithful?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Women are cursing y'all out and cheating on y'all. What is happening?
Women, our women they might not cheat. They think they saints because they don't do as much as we do. But if you go through them Snapchats after a year or two or something, you're gonna see something. You're gonna see something, because it's always somebody from the past. It ain't gonna be no new nigga. It's gonna be a nigga in the cut. Y'all, they always got 3-4 niggas hovering around, high school sweethearts. I don't know.
Let me ask you this real fast, I know we got to get out of here. We've been on here 3 hours. It is way longer than we usually are on here. But do you think that when that happens, because Chris, it sounded like it had happened yesterday when he was talking about it, right? And I get that, because I mean, women, we've been through hurt, we get that, but there's a saying that men don't necessarily heal. Like, you can talk to a 60-something-year-old man, he'll still be hurt over. Now, he'll have a new woman or several women, but he'll still be hurt. He would not have healed from the woman that hurt him. Do you think that y'all heal from that, or do you think y'all just kind of push through?
I don't. I'm forever changed. I think most men don't. We men. We put a lot of. I grew up in the '90s, a '90s kid, so I didn't see women, of course, not acting like how they act now. So we always knew women was better than men. That's just what we thought. That's what we saw. So nowadays, that as soon as that happens, something like that happens, or like, I don't know, it just, you think about it all the time. It just don't never leave you. You just always know your girl can cheat on you going forward. So to me, it'd be like, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know. And if you lie about anything to me, you could lie and say it's sunny outside, it's starting to rain. I'm like, yo, that's a liar. Like, it's just like they be lying on a regular. Men lie a lot too. I don't know. It's just it's tasteless. It's classless now. Anybody got no class, no etiquette. That's something really serious. Bonding your life with somebody else's, and it's just beyond serious to me. That's why I say I might push people, because folks ain't really taking it serious like how I think they would.
Yeah.
If they plan a little bit or something. I don't know. They don't take it really serious how they say they do. So my female friends showing me niggas they talking to on the side. I know they boyfriends, all of them, every single one, married, all of them, showing me they did something. I remember my closest friend, she been with her nigga for like 15 years. Just recently, she showed me some shit in her snap. Like, I'm in met this guy I had a crush on from grammar school or something. I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, with a straight face. I walked away from that, and that affected me too, because she was like in my head, she was,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this shit, you damned if you do it, don't around here, man. Like,
Well,
not to say all women cheat, but I'm just saying, I think all this stuff from social media and the music, just blase, the same cliche stuff, but it's true. It
yeah.
influences us, influences the way we walk, talk, dress, everything, how we act in life. So, I think it's just not a good time for that. I got to get this money for these kids, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm still fun, though. Folks want to hang out, we going to have a ball, just.
Mo, are you there?
I'm here.
That's why I said Mo is asleep behind them glass.
No, they said that last week. No, I'm here. I agree a lot what he said. That's why I would tell him if he was a date and you're looking for that date older, the younger women, I wouldn't do it.
He can't date older because he's going.
Yeah, I have to date older or something. Yeah. Then I trust a woman past 36, 37. I believe what you said.
You are hilarious. So I trust him for past 36 and 37.
You about done lying. You lied out at that point. You keeping it real at that point. So,
but you want to have more kids, right?
Yeah, I want to have two boys, and possibly another girl. So yeah, I'm gonna find a good baby mama.
Well, Dominique, Mo is gone. We appreciate you for coming on tonight. You ended our never ever mets. I do want to say, because I think Aaron was in the chat. We are not. It's not that I appreciate both Aaron answering some very tough questions and giving us their honest truth. Well, their truth. So we're not anything that you say about yourself is. We don't have any choice but to believe it because it's you, right? So I just wanted to make sure I said that because I saw in the chat you said if you ask a person and we say what it is, it's not right. No, nobody can tell you what's right for you. We can point out inconsistencies, you know what I mean? Like that we can point out. But I also think that everybody knows what's right for them. So we appreciate you guys coming on, Dominique. I hope that this will all pass. You already know that everything shall pass. All that moves on, and you'll be good. But I appreciate the honesty and just coming out and hanging out with us tonight.
So it's been fun, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. Hopefully we won't see you on Zeus.
For sure.
Bye. All right, y'all. So we actually are ended. We have finally ended. Mo ended early, but we have ended the Never Ever Mets. I can't wait to see what you guys' comments are in the chat about tonight. We didn't get any interviews with the women. We did have Diamond, but we didn't get any of the other women. But we got to move on. We have got to move forward. And I think that everything has been said that needed to be said. But we appreciate you guys. It's been an amazing chat tonight. Yes, we made it through. Tamasha, we made it. We made it. We'll be back. We'll be back on Wednesday with Dating Diaries. We'll probably recap a little bit of this. But I hope when you guys listen to these interviews, I hope you're paying attention to what people are saying, men and women, but specifically the women that are looking to date. Like, listen to what the men are saying, because I think that's really important. And I'm interested to see how people kind of break this up. Last thing I have to say is I think someone said I had a problem being 50. I have no problem being 50 because it's coming soon in a couple of years, but it's not here yet. But I'm just playing. I appreciate it. There's no, I'm not upset. Wasn't upset about that comment at all. I just did want to clear myself because I'm, as women, we're dealing with the age, but I don't want to sign up for something before it's here. So it's coming, but as we got about a year and a half before we're there. So we're going to enjoy this year and a half, and no need to talk about that anymore. and appreciate all the continuous super chats from people showing us love. We really appreciate that as well. That being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, and make sure that you tune in with us on Wednesday for Dating Diaries. We may have a surprise guest for Dating Diaries, so be on the lookout for that. All right. We love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.